just mic'd up with Mikie Mahtook. Got the boys in. I got Lloyd. We got J. Mitch. We got Jackie boy.
He tried to jump up and he might have knocked it in.
Good time. Let's go. What a start to the Monday. I mean, I'm from Lafayette. My boys would come in, say,
oh, God. So me and Joe on the ground. I got Joe in a headlock. And he's sitting there.
Helmet.
He's punching me in the stomach, like steady punching me.
Here, and as everyone's sitting around, who here thinks Ovchinko can practice today after having 5 full beers? And he goes, Chad Jones, right? Chad's been with the team
6 minutes.
For 7 minutes, right? Chad's like, no, man, I don't think Ovchinko can practice today. And I was like, I look back, I'm like, Jesus Christ, I fucking saw you there. You were more fucked up than me.
Be on the spirit plane had some issues. I think she was sleep farting.
You heard her or you just thought it was her?
I sat right next to her. I smelled.
Whoa. What was that?
Time to start the show. Why would I have that?
You had the circus or something.
6'3", I'm late. Like, I don't even know what I'd be doing.
Now, when you do go to spring training, are you going to bring your chinchilla and your turtle? My dad tell you about it? Yeah.
The SEC is, God, they hate fat people. I mean, I get crushed for that. You know what I mean? And it's like, come on, man.
Hey, just the South, bro. You got a bunch of food down here. Like they're all fatter than I am.
Players, look at Lloyd.
You know what, Lloyd?
I mean, you're looking for a recruiting coordinator, coach. I'm here.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll piss my pants right now.
No way.
We're wearing gray pants, long gray pants. He goes, I'll piss my pants right now. Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon. Welcome back to Mic'd Up. Today is Friday, March 3rd, and this weekend's a big weekend. LSU baseball's got a 4-game set, 2 against Central Connecticut State, 2 against Butler. I didn't think I was going to get it right. 2 against Butler. Tonight they play against Butler. If you want to go see some matinee baseball,
Very impressive, sir.
If you want to go see some matinee baseball, you have Central Connecticut State taking on Butler today. Actually, right now, first pitch has already been thrown. 1 o'clock. LSU plays tonight at 6:30. LSU plays tomorrow at 1:30. Sunday at 1, and Monday at 6:30. Now,
For all you guys that thought we didn't know stats.
well,
There you
it's
go.
more about the schedule. It's
Yeah.
more of the schedule. Now, if you were expecting Jay Johnson Monday next week, unfortunately that's not going to happen. But in replace of Jay Johnson Mondays, we will have literally watching the show live with us like we did last week on Friday. So I think that's a win-win. I think that's a situation. We're going to have the Jay Johnson interview at some point. Next week's a little weird. They have 5 games in 6 days. So they play 4, have Tuesday off, play Wednesday, and then they have a weekend series. So maybe we have an interview, a recorded interview, or do something. We're going to give you some sort of content. We'll figure it out.
You don't tell them that it's recorded.
Yeah, but no, they
fool the people.
Oh, you think they're just going to we're going to give the live interview on Wednesday as the game's going on? I don't think it's happening.
You never
I think
know.
that- I
Get
think
him in
that-
the dugout.
I think our
They're a little more savvy
I
than
think
that,
they're
huh? Let's
smarter.
give them a little credit, huh? God.
Jay is back in studio. Welcome back.
Let's go, baby.
How's the moving?
You saw
Oh,
what
is
time
it
I
still
rolled
going?
in here. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
The
Jay
moving
showed
truck-
up
moving
at
truck-
1:04.
Moving truck
Good
picked
time, though.
everything up. Should be here in a couple days, I guess. So
Couple
we'll see.
days.
Yeah, I guess.
Why does it take so long for them to get to Dallas?
You know what?
They said a couple days. They told you a couple
They
days.
said within the week. First off, they told us
we should have it there the day after. Then after they picked up this morning, like, oh yeah, it should be there within 5 or 6 days. What you mean? Y'all going 400 miles?
What you mean?
Where y'all else y'all going?
We got to pick some of this shit up.
And y'all just told us something
Did,
else. What
did you
mean?
pay the moving company to like package everything? Or did y'all do that?
We packaged pretty much everything. I'm sure they probably wrapped the furniture and stuff.
Some
which
things
is
are
a
coming
mess.
out broken.
Yeah.
Just letting you know.
Yeah, we know.
If
We know how this thing goes.
it's just the way it is.
That's how it goes.
As long as 95% of it gets here,
Not my first.
functional.
Not my first, and won't be my
Won't
last.
be your last.
So-
Marriage?
Whoa.
No, I'm kidding.
Why you doing that to me?
Damn.
No, I was going to
Glad
ask.
she doesn't watch this that much.
I've never met her.
Whoa.
I didn't get to go to the wedding. So
Jesus.
maybe the second one I'll get to go
Oh
to.
my god.
But
something else.
who gets away with more, the moving company or like the people that say they're gonna, like a plumber or like somebody that does housework for you? They're like,
Well,
I'll be
moving-
there between
I think-
4 and 6.
I
And
think-
it's like
I think
weeks?
moving company. Well, see, that's the deal.
Shipping
Now-
companies, period. I
Yeah,
think.
but here's the deal, though. Those moving, I mean, the moving companies to me, it's a racket, right? Like they're doing something because you don't want to do it, right? It's an inconvenient. It's just hard. It's time consuming. So they do it, which is a service that I think is very good. If you're a good moving company, that's great. I think it's the plumbers and the electricians and the people who come in, like the service things in your house. They say it used to be a 2-hour window.
it's 4 to
Well,
6.
they stopped getting the 2-hour window, and then usually never showed up in that 2-hour window. So then they moved it from, hey, we're gonna be there. There's 2 time slots. Do you want between 8 and 12, or do you want between 1 and 5? I'm like,
No, they hit
so
you.
you don't
all
want me
day.
to work all day?
All day.
Nah,
You just want me
they
to
hit you
work.
with- Yeah, no. Listen,
Might as
we'll
well
be
do it
in there
myself.
anytime between 9:30 and 6:27.
And we're gonna give you a call an hour before, 15 minutes. Hey, I'm in your neighborhood. Do you think you're there? I'm like, no, I'm not there. I'm actually at work. You told me you're giving me an hour heads up so I can drive home. So now you're gonna have to wait. I'm sorry, but you have to wait till I get home. I don't know what you want me to do.
Well, then they do the opposite and say, well,
Well,
we
we're
can't
gonna-
wait. We're going.
Yeah,
Right,
well,
like,
we
well,
can only
that's not-
we can only come back tomorrow. So
That's not how that
Yeah,
works.
between 4 and 6.
That's not how it's supposed to work. Oh man, yeah. It's
Yeah, it's
and then
tough.
it's like when you would get a FedEx or a UPS or and you have to sign for something and you're working during the day and you're like, what? Can you just leave it? No, sir. You have to have it signed. It says you need.
I
I'm telling
ordered it.
you can just leave it on my doorstep without a signature. Just leave it. I'm fine. If someone steals it, okay. But I cannot
depends on what
physically
it
be
is.
there to go and sign for this because I have responsibilities throughout the day. You think I just sit at home all day? Now, 5 years ago, I could have done it when I was playing. I didn't have anything to do in the
Time out.
offseason.
I hit you with this one. They hit us with this today too. This is how funny these companies are. We
Sounds like we won't be getting a moving company.
We were supposed to have 18.
Maybe a good one. I love good movie
Maybe
companies.
you will. We were supposed to have 18 boxes, right? We had 18 boxes. Apparently, we had another, I think, a box from her company that she works for, like kind of sitting downstairs. Long, slim box, empty, coach. They charged us because it was downstairs because they didn't realize it wasn't supposed to be packed. So, like, y'all got 19 boxes. No, we got 18. Well, we packed another one. Oh, you mean that empty box that was right there? Yeah, that's gonna be $58. What you mean?
For air? You charge
You mean?
You packed it with nothing. You literally did not. Packing a
Nothing
box
in the
means
box.
putting something in there. You're putting it. There was
They
nothing
pack
in
some
there.
air for you.
You didn't pack it.
It wasn't even like
You're
lined up.
charging me $58 for a cardboard
It
box.
wasn't even lined up with the other stuff. It was like on the other side too, where you just like.
Did y'all pay it?
I don't know. I was driving. I said, "You take care of this one. I'm off this right
You
now."
should be able to fight. Like,
Oh, we will. We'll get a call back. That and the hey, yeah.
no, I'm saying
deliver-
physically. You should be like, I'll
No,
fight you.
I'm going to there.
Oh, but pull up.
Hey, what the address is? I'm pulling up. What's
Yeah.
up?
Boy, that's
It's on.
It better be
site
2 men
too.
in the truck.
It's on site too.
Better not be working alone today.
that is
Oh,
tough.
that look like him right there. Yeah.
That's tough tickets right there. That's a racket.
That who's traffic's bad, coach. Just get out the car.
We got out of there.
Well, good. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're back I'm glad you're back in Baton Rouge. You're back for the weekend, for your life, maybe, hopefully, that you don't move again for a while. Get over this. Get here. Hopefully they unload it nice and easy into your apartment and you're ready to go. Lloyd, what do you have? How did you get anything weird out of what I just said right there?
Hopefully you unloaded nice and easy.
Oh, they unload it nice into your
I
apartment
didn't do anything.
without breaking anything.
Uh-huh.
How's your weekend? What do you have planned for the weekend?
It's my birthday,
fun.
apparently.
I know that. That's what I was hoping to.
No plans.
I was hoping.
No plans.
That was what I was getting to next.
I got some plans.
It's March
for you this
3rd.
weekend.
What you got?
That funnel thing coming out.
Hey,
this weekend.
it's Friday.
Well, Cruz got to hit a bomb.
Not the first one.
Not the first one. It's Friday. So
Look at this double chin, y'all.
Friday.
This is
It's March 3rd. Lloyd's birthday is March 5th on Sunday. We don't have a show on Sunday, so today we are going to celebrate his birthday.
Lloyd Day.
We're going to announce that it's his birthday. I don't know how much. No, I'm going to show. We're going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate. Yeah, we're going to celebrate. You're going to chug a beer through the funnel in celebration of your birthday turning 21 years old.
21.
Turning
Finally.
21.
Chug a beer of our
First
choice
beer.
through the funnel of your choice.
First beer you've ever had in your life. See, all the other stuff was fake beer.
Right.
Now this is real beer.
Exactly.
I'm happy for you.
And I can finally gamble.
I hope
And you
Cruz
can
hits 4
finally
homers
gamble.
tonight.
And I can.
Boy, if he hits 4 homers, Lloyd may be.
I hope he hits 4 homers tonight.
7 beers? 4 beers? 5 beers?
All right.
And the 5th one's the inside the park.
Yeah, which means you got to chug a 5th of vodka.
Oh, that's easy.
When the score is already 17-2, so he's like, "Why you got to do this? Why you in the game still?"
10-run rule is going to come into effect for me really quick. Like, oh, thank God this is over.
In the 4th.
All right, let's go through the Heineken headlines
In the bag.
because you are going to be chugging this Heineken Silver, right? So let's
For you, baby.
I do need
Let's-
the assist.
Yep.
I feel like that helped.
I
Yeah,
got
that helped a lot.
Let's go through the Heineken headlines real quick. Obviously, I just talked about LSU baseball. They have a 4-game series this weekend: 2 against Butler, 2 against Connecticut State, Central Connecticut State. All right, LSU women's basketball starts the SEC tournament against Georgia today at 5. Joe Schwartz is going to be on the show via video call live from is it Greenville?
Greenville.
Greenville,
Greenville,
Alabama.
in Greenville, Alabama. No, Greenville, South Carolina. Don't confuse me like that. Live from Greenville, South Carolina, talking about their preparation, what they expect, what they see. They are in the quarterfinals. They are the number 2 seed, so they get the double bye to the quarterfinals. But we'll have the update of LSU women's basketball from Joe Schwartz right before the game starts. LSU basketball ended their home slate, right? I think they have one more regular season game. It was senior night. They had a 19-point lead against Missouri, who is a tournament team, I believe. And I was watching it. I turned it on like towards the end of the first half. I was like, damn, they got a double-digit lead at halftime. 19-point lead, got up to 19 in the second half. They blew it and lost by 5. So tough. Parker Edwards came in, started the game. Did he start? He started.
He started
the game. That's right.
That's
he started
where
the game.
LSU is. It's like
2 for 2, 2 for 2 and 3. Maybe he should have played more.
Maybe people are asking.
Maybe he should have shot more shots. He's 2 for 2 for 3.
Start running plays for that guy.
No doubt.
God.
I mean,
He does have a smooth
You
stroke.
saw what he did against LSU when he played at Southeastern.
How many did he make? Like 7?
He had like 24 points or something.
That's
like
what got him signed. What
24 points, like 21 minutes or something stupid. Not even 21 minutes. Something's crazy. Crazy. He made like 7 threes. It was unbelievable. But
then he gets to LSU from Southeastern, gets a walk-on deal, and just we were talking about this before the show, and I feel like Parker's very comfortable in his own skin. It's whatever.
do you know Parker? Do you know?
No, but
so-
I feel like I'm
okay.
just judging off his body type. What's
That's,
hard?
that's very stereotypical, right?
It
now.
is. It is.
mean,
But
wow.
it just seems like the guy likes to have a good time. That's all I'm gonna say.
Do you know the guy?
No, not at all.
Unbelievable.
But I feel like we'd get along. That's all I'm gonna say.
Unbelievable.
He
He's
seems
like
like,
a
he seems like a really nice, very nice.
Might be
guy.
a nice God-fearing man that's in bed by 9 o'clock every night. You don't know that.
Right.
Then
I mean,
put-
you were-
We'll put that on
You
here.
couldn't have
Ricky
been
Bobby.
more wrong about Riley Cooper saying, "Oh, I bet you he chugs beers. I don't drink." What do you mean you don't drink? I don't drink.
I think you.
And now you still you're telling the guy is lying to you, which is that's not the case. I mean, this guy's telling you what he does.
Straight edge.
He doesn't drink.
Doesn't drink. See,
Been in the bar.
There you go.
Doesn't drink.
Neither did Leonard Fournette.
Lloyd's 0 for 2 on stereotypes.
Yep, no doubt, no doubt. That's why you don't stereotype, kids.
So if Lloyd looks at you sideways, just go ahead and
just
realize
say
he's
he's-
probably thinking something wrong about you.
Definitely judge me wrong, no doubt. Louisiana Tech baseball. Don't normally talk about Louisiana Tech, obviously, but they played Ole Miss. I say obviously we're in South Louisiana, Coach. You know what I mean?
Flapping about everything else.
Louisiana Tech plays Ole Miss midweek game. They are playing. Louisiana Tech is very good at baseball, right? They beat LSU twice last year. They're always pretty solid. They go to Ole Miss, plays them in a midweek game, take the lead in the top of the 7th with no outs, and they're still hitting. Rain delay happens, lightning delay, then it starts pouring down rain, and the game gets reverted back to the 6th inning, which is the rule. That happens in the minor leagues. That's the rule. And so that gave Ole Miss the win. I don't think that it's fair. I think Louisiana Tech had a chance to kind of break the game open right there in the 7th. That is very unfortunate. But, there's a lot of drama. I think that it would be great if Louisiana Tech got paired up with Ole Miss in a regional because I think that, it's a good storyline. It makes it fun. NCAA loves to do things like that, right? They paired LSU last year in Southern Miss's regional. If LSU had won the regional, gone to the Super and hosted it, they would have either played. They're matched up with either Ole Miss, Miami, or Arizona. So obviously, there's 2 of the 3 of the storylines there were Ole Miss in the SEC and Arizona, who Jay had coached for. So they like storylines. Hopefully that happens. But that's why I want to bring it up, because people were all up in arms. Look, I understand it's very unfair. That is the rule. I don't like the rule, but I have seen guys in minor league baseball
with homers.
Yep. You know exactly where I was going to go. I saw in the Florida State League, it rains all the time. And you always get games rained out. So you literally try to get to the fifth inning as quickly as you can with the lead, because at some point it's going to rain, right, in the summer. So we're playing same team twice throughout the course of the year. Same guy on the same team hits a home run in both games. Both games get rained out. They have to revert back inning. Neither time does a home run count. Yeah. So that shit happens, man. It sucks. It sucks, but it happens. Part of the rules.
It's not
is bad
even
rule.
like a stat. Like he doesn't get the stats.
They've changed that now. They've changed that since then, but back then it was like, oh, the stats, it doesn't count. That didn't happen.
Yeah,
but it did happen.
But
and it happened in a league that's very hard to hit home runs in. So anytime you're in the Florida State League and you hit a home run, you need that shit to count, because
that's the one that gets you from 9 to 10 at the end of the year.
Yeah, and like
from 19 to 20. It's always that.
Back in the day, when they were to say, oh, if you hit 10 home runs in the Florida State League, that's equivalent to almost 20. Right, because of how hard it is. Like, the fields are a lot bigger.
Summertime,
and it's summertime. It's heavy wind. It's heavy, and it's just hard. Balls don't fly there. There's certain
it's not
spots.
a dry heat.
Oh no, it's wetter.
It's a hefty heat.
No, you lose. I mean, like, you
think hard. Hey, if you think hard, it's like.
Yeah. No.
Mikey was in here sweating earlier today.
Yeah, a basketball game today.
Florida State League today.
That's it.
PTSD.
I'd have to go literally after BP. I'd have to go and contrast cold, hot, and end on cold before I go back out for the game, because your body was just like damn, this is 100. Oh yeah, love the cold plunge.
Well, we've seen it in the NFL with all of the things that are happening.
I was definitely not a cold plunger.
Did you see I think it was Commanders maybe, that their cold plunge wasn't cold enough. It was just
we're gonna get
water.
Yeah, we're gonna. Well, that happens. That happens. Sometimes in the minor leagues, you go to these places. And I'm like, all right, cold plunge.
Yeah, but they don't have.
They put ice.
They don't have the 10. They don't have the 10 can though.
Yeah, we'll see. When
Washington Commanders don't. That's what I'm saying.
Right, and so when you have the tin can, like this big tin can, all you do is fill it up with normal water, and you just pour a bunch of ice in there, and that's how you make it cold. So that's what we would do.
That's how science works.
That's how we would do, right? And so now the bad times when you go to these minor league stadiums and they had these things, and the hot water just never wanted to get hot.
Not even lukewarm.
I'm like, I'm gonna stay away from that. So it looks like it's gonna be I'm gonna go take hot showers. And then sometimes that doesn't even work, right? It's just minor leagues. It's a grind. It's a grind.
Put your hand out.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, we're gonna get to that. The NFL.
Where are the towels?
That's a hand towel.
Who's got the towels?
The NFL is going through their combine right now, and I think combines. We talked about this a little last year. You see a lot of guys surprise some people. You see a lot of guys do things that you expected. You see a lot of guys, get to show out on a national stage. Maybe they're from a small school. So I enjoy watching the combine and following it. I don't watch it religiously, but I pay attention. Guy from Georgia, what's his name? See, that shows you how much I watch it. I pay attention to what happened, but sometimes I don't know. The defensive end from Georgia?
Nolan Smith
ran a 4.39 in the 40-yard dash. He was supposed to be a top draft pick. He got hurt. Seems like he's probably going to be a top draft pick. Seems like he's going to be okay, and he's going to make his way, right? But when the stuff happens, you have
6'3", 240.
There you go. 6'3", 240, 239, 439. 239 would be unbelievable.
We're going to get there at some point.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
It's just not going to happen.
No, we're not. No, we're not. We're not even going to get to a 4 flat. We're not going to get to a 4-1 probably.
We'll get to a 4-1. This man is 6'3", 240, running a 4.3.
You know how much different a 4.39 40 is to a 4.19 40? You know how...
I do.
Okay, do you?
Yeah.
Because that is a
Time
lot.
and space.
That's a lot.
But would you believe...
Think about all the guys that run 4.6s and all the guys that run 4.4s.
Oh,
you say run 4.6, you're not that fast. You run a 4.4, man, you're flying. It's not that much in the grand scheme of things, but it's very hard to get to. It's very hard to get down to a 4.4. But
numbers are a big deal.
Numbers are a big deal. My whole point is when you go through this combine, you go through the end of the year stuff, everybody takes a survey, right? We did it in baseball when you're in the big leagues, and you survey the other teams, and you survey, hey, what clubhouses were the best, or what locker rooms were the best, or what facilities were the best. And these are all visiting players talking about these other stadiums because, I guess home teams would do it.
It's anonymous.
It's anonymous, right? And you do it and you put them down. And so they're coming out with all these grades. And so people are looking at it. And, there's some in there that are not
There's some
probably
of
what
that
you would
are jarring.
expect. Probably what you would expect. Like the Washington Commanders didn't have a very good favorable grade, which you'd probably expect.
The bad franchise.
Jacksonville Jaguars didn't have a favorable grade.
Neither
you would
did-
expect.
Neither did the Arizona Cardinals.
Cardinals did not have a good one either. Saints had a
never
really
guessed
good
that
one.
one.
Saints, the only thing they didn't have was the food. They didn't like the food they were serving.
Which makes no sense if you're in New Orleans.
Well, I think that's probably why they didn't like the
That's
food,
why.
though.
It's not
Because they probably tried to go
said
healthy.
nutrition. Yeah.
They probably tried to go healthy, or they weren't healthy.
You know what it is? You know what it is? You know what was pretty consistent as I was looking through that whole thing is when it comes to the training staff and the strength staff, majority across the board all had great. And then when it got to the facilities of those two, not good. So it's almost like the owners were like, look, I'm going to put the money in the people there. I don't give a shit if y'all train them or get them out, get them right out
And
back.
look, and people think
That's all you get.
I say this a lot, and people are like, really? I'm like, yeah. People think that, oh, you're in the major leagues or you're in the NFL, and you have the best facilities and the best doctors and the best trainers around. Not the
all
case.
the time. Hey, I will say
Some
this-
places you do.
I will say this too. I do think a lot of the owners, because, I mean, let's face it, a lot of them didn't actually play the game, right? Or whatever the game is. I do think a lot of them think like,
This is nice.
no, well, with it being in vicinity to like probably in proximity to the probably a really good hospital, they're like, oh, whatever we need, we'll just send them over there, or we'll send them to this clinic if we need that. Like, why we need to build a facility here? So I do think a lot of them kind of like just completely just overlook that
Yep.
because of what's probably around them and stuff like that, not realizing like how
Well-
inconvenient it is to have to make those trips.
Well,
and
and it's
stuff
and
like
it's
And
important to
deal
have a
with human
doctor.
beings.
that. Yeah.
Well, it's important to have a doctor and a trainer on staff that understands every player, right? That has a relationship with every player, because every player is different. Every player feels things differently, and every player recovers differently, right? So, like, you know, maybe there's some things in treatment that I don't respond well to, and he would know that because he's around me.
Yeah.
A normal doctor would not know that, and it would take a little longer, a little bit more trial and error to figure that out, because, you know, hopefully you're not going to the training room all the time, a random training room, a random doctor all the time. And so, you know, you would imagine that you'd have all those, you know, advantages in the NFL or the NBA or the I can't speak to the NBA because I don't know a lot of guys personally that,
Yeah.
you know, have gone through that. But I know a lot of guys in the NFL, and I know a lot of guys in Major League Baseball. I've participated in Major League Baseball, so I understand that there's some teams that do a very good job of investing in their players and investing in the facilities, right? I think the most important thing is investing in your players and your guys that you put on the field, that you're paying to put on the field to make you money, right? You would want those guys to feel comfortable and be in a position to succeed, right? Within taking care of those guys, that is, okay, what do you need in the facility to make you better, right? Teams do that. The Dodgers, one of the best at it. The Dodgers are, you know, they're always looking for the next advantage, the cutting edge advantage. The Yankees have a great
Top
facility.
tier at it.
Yeah,
Literally.
they're probably the best.
Yeah.
Right? And you're starting to see some of these. I think the Padres are pretty good at it. Like, you're starting to see some of these other teams do it, but there's other teams that don't. In the NFL, I'm not sure. I'm sure that's the same way.
Hey, those grades were interesting too, man. Because there was some teams like there was two teams that really stuck out to me. One of them I'm not surprised of. The other one completely surprised me. Cowboys were pretty much great across the board, except for I think like maybe one thing.
And that
I think
doesn't
it was-
surprise
I think
me
it was
one bit.
travel. That one didn't surprise me. That was the one.
Which travel kind of surprises me.
No, my only guess is I don't know. Actually, I don't know because I wonder how they grade the travel. Is it proximity to the airport? Because they're all flying private, dude. That ain't that bad.
Right,
There's
that's what I mean, though.
So like, is it proximity to the airport? Like how far do you have to go from there to the airport? Like what is
Is it travel for the family? Is how easy?
No,
for the-
no, because they had family. They had like family treatment as
Oh,
one of
okay.
them too. So like that
Yeah,
was.
people were having to breastfeed their babies in the bathroom.
So you know, like the Cowboys was one of them. The Cowboys.
Cowboys?
So the
No, not for the Cowboys. Cowboys got a different thing with Jerry Jones. Got another lawsuit on his hands.
Oh, really? Another one?
Yeah,
For
so
what?
smooching in the booth. He's been playing a little.
How did Lloyd get the conversation here?
Oh.
So the Cowboys was one of them, and then the Vikings were like the best across
Travel?
the board. No, like across the board on all of them. They like got great A grades on everything. I'm like, damn, I didn't realize that.
That was good.
Somebody got enough
Hey, I'll tell you
minus.
this: go and play in Minnesota. Go and play in Minnesota. I liked playing there. They had a good kitchen. They had good food. They had like, to me, for me, it was like when the food was there and you had a kitchen in the visiting clubhouse. Those were the best because you could go talk to the guys behind there and say, okay, I want this made, I want this, I want that, and they'll do it. Right? Then you have the teams like Boston who has a tiny ass visiting clubhouse and it's old and there's no kitchen and everything's catered. And it's like, oh, I don't want to eat spaghetti and meatballs again. For
They're
the
trying to
fourth
trick
time,
you.
right? I don't want to eat all this stuff, and you don't have as many options. Then you go to Seattle, and Seattle has a soft serve ice cream machine. You eat about 15 of those, and by the time game times happens, like.
That's why they
Coach,
put those over there for you.
I got a little cramp. I don't think I can play today.
It's called
Coach.
home field advantage.
Yeah, it's
for
tough.
them.
It was,
Just give
it
them
was
all they
fire,
need.
though. Fire.
No, but I agree. So the teams that had pretty much like everything available for you, it was a good
Yeah.
experience.
So that's what you see. We're going to talk a little bit more about that, but I wanted to get into why some of these grades came out. I don't think a lot of people, maybe some don't understand. Oh, this is like a normal thing. This happens in every sport after every year. But to get to the conversation that everybody wants to have, us to have, is baseball, college baseball in particular. There's some stuff I want to talk about. Major League Baseball, obviously, the pitch clock has been a huge thing. All these new rules and all these types of things they're trying to do to speed the game up, which Lloyd says is for TV, which it is. It's for viewership. You want more viewers. That's how you make more money. But at the same time, there's times where there's ways to make the game faster, and then there's ways to understand in certain situations when it's time to dial it back. And we're going to get into that. We've talked about this at nauseum, but we're going to continue to do it because that's still in the
Ether.
ether. It's still in the news cycle. People keep talking about it. All right, let's talk about the games. So LSU's got a weird 4-game stretch coming up this weekend. They have a game today, a game Saturday, a game Sunday, and a game on Monday. So Jay is kind of putting these guys in a situation where he's kind of challenging them a little bit mentally, right? Because he goes on this road trip last week. He plays the 3 games in in Round Rock. And I keep saying Arlington because it's the AAA team for the Rangers. But so he plays this 3-game series in Round Rock, which is right outside of Austin. So instead of coming back home, obviously he schedules this Tuesday midweek game against Texas, who's a good team. The record doesn't show it, but they're better than the record shows. So they stay there. So now they're on the road Thursday.
It doesn't even matter what their record is. It's
Right.
Texas.
It's Texas.
They're going to be above average always.
Yeah. So they get there on Thursday. So it's Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night. Play on Tuesday, right? Then you come back, get home late on Tuesday, and you've had a couple days to kind of recover before this weekend. And then you got 4 games, a day off on Tuesday, a midweek game on Wednesday against Lamar, who's undefeated. Are the Fighting Will Davises over there?
Davis is coming in hot as
Fighting
hell.
Will Davis are undefeated.
And they are unapologetic about
They've
it. and I
beaten
love it.
A&M already. They're
RPI booming right now.
Yep, they have a good
How long is
squad.
he going to be there?
Huh?
How long is he going to be there?
Well, he's not an extension. He's doing well. He's got to keep winning like this.
Got to keep winning.
Yeah, for sure. So they beat A&M. It's going to be a tough matchup. But then you have 5 games in 6 days right there. And then you have a day off and then a 3-game series. So he wants to talk about 5 games in 6 days. That's really 8 games in 10 days.
Yeah.
Right? And so what he's doing, and what I think it's a great thing to do, is he's challenging these guys mentally. Are they better than the 2 teams that the 3 teams that they have to play leading up to? Really, are they better than all of the teams that they're playing? Yes.
Yeah.
Should they win all of the games that they're playing?
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's baseball.
And you never know. And sometimes you get tired. Sometimes the bat slows down when you're exhausted. Sometimes you travel. Run into a good arm.
Yeah, you might run into a good arm.
And so what I like what he's doing is he's putting these guys in a situation that you're not going to see until you get to the postseason. You're not going to see all this travel. You're not going to see all these consecutive games. And he's challenging them not only on the baseball field but mentally. Hey, how much can you stay focused on the task at hand and be ready to play and do your job and win these games until right before SEC starts?
And I think he's doing a good job of also kind of he's using it as a coaching tool too, in a sense where he's kind of getting a chance to figure out right out of the gate who can I use in quote unquote back to backs, who can bounce back really quick, who can kind of give me what I need when I don't really have time to kind of get it done, because this is the last time I'm gonna get a real chance to do this right before I get into league play. So like there's a lot behind what he's doing, and I like it.
And a quote that he said that I want to harp on because you said it. We don't want to see who can pitch back to backs, right? He's also saying who can he rely on, right? Maybe we don't have to have guys. Maybe we can see how deep are we? How deep are we, right? And so his quote was, over this last road trip, these last 4 games, he pitched 14 pitchers over those last games. Not one guy threw twice.
Think about that.
In those 4 games.
I want y'all to really think about it.
And that's with a day off. That's with a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, day off on Monday, game on Tuesday. They threw 14 guys. Not one guy threw twice on that trip. And he's like, that shows you how deep we are.
And they finished it with a shutout.
with a shutout
against the best team they played in that whole time. So
Right.
just think about that.
So that goes to show you who can we count on, who can we find out who we can count on, how deep are we, and I think that the guys are showing it now. Now this is going to be tough because you're playing teams that you are more talented than.
Yeah.
And when you play those teams, you have to do. We talked about this in football.
Yeah.
Right. You've talked about this early in the baseball season. Is what do great teams do? They beat the teams that they are supposed to beat, and they don't make it close. Right now, some of the baseball is a little bit different because you can run into a guy who's got a great arm. You can run into a team that is just one of those days. Maybe your guy has an off day on the mound, just one of those days. But the one thing that you can control is effort, being locked in mentally, and making sure that you field it and throw it. Right, and those two things I think LSU has done a really good job of so far, and I'm interested to see what happens throughout the course of this next week.
When you can tell me through 8 games of the season right now, the biggest gripe on a 7-1 team is that coming into the year you knew they had a dynamite lineup is they're striking out too much. In my eyes, that's a win because they could be doing a lot of other stuff wrong, like not throwing strikes, not pitching well. They could be not running bases well, which is all things I think that actually go throughout a year. Like they don't really change over the course of a year. They could be not playing very good defense right now. For them to be doing those are the things that they're not doing well, and they're still 7-1 right now. To me, bodes well for what you can see in the future of the squad.
This lineup's not going to strike out all year.
That was a conversation.
That was a conversation we had the other day. Like, look, strikeouts are going to happen. It's part of the game, especially now. This part of baseball. That's going to happen. They faced 2 really good arms. It was just one of those types of things. Now, if you look up in game 20 and they're still striking out at this rate, okay, we have an issue. I don't believe that's going to be the case. Now, tonight, listen, they're playing Butler tonight. Butler doesn't have a great record. Butler's 2-6 on the year. Right? Not great. Not how they probably drew it up. But
It's cold.
they're cold.
Basketball school.
Right? Yep. Good basketball school. Are they good this year?
I don't know, Gordon Hayward
I mean, yeah, there's other guys other than Gordon Hayward, but yes.
loves his kids.
He should. Every dad should love their kids.
Have you not seen that video?
No.
Where he has like a 4th daughter and he's like, "Daddy's so happy." He's like, "Yeah, Daddy's happy." And they do like a gender reveal and he is fucking like, "Can I get one?"
Oh, he has 4 girls?
So he was hoping for a boy, and you can see like the it's visible how upset he is, or disappointed, I guess.
Not upset.
In
Just like, I wish I had a boy. He loves his daughters, like no doubt.
No doubt. I
He
mean,
just
it's
wants
not like Drew
listen.
Brees.
He wants his name to be his namesake to be carried on. It's hard when
After
you
that
have a boy.
happened, never heard from him again. Better,
You never know.
You never know.
But okay, so the guy Butler has throwing against LSU tonight is a lefty, right? They're like I said, they are 2-6. They're not great, but the guy. Why does everybody have weird names in baseball? This guy is Corey.
Talk to me.
Bosek.
Talk to me. What you got? Swing it. Take a swing at it.
CB is throwing tonight, right?
Hey!
Big Corey.
Dude,
Corey's throwing tonight. Left-handed. He's throwing tonight.
Sorry in advance, buddy.
He's 0-1.
Oh.
But he's got 2.70 ERA. He's got 10 innings pitched, 14 strikeouts.
Okay, so he's got good shit.
So he's got some good stuff. He's striking out guys. He's their weekend guy. We've had a little bit of issue a couple times so early in the season with some lefties, right? Obviously, the guy Iowa comes in the bullpen. He shuts us down. We've had some did Southern throw a lefty early on? No, it wasn't Southern. It was someone threw a lefty that kind of gave us some issues, but it's a challenge, right? Friday night guys, they're ace. This guy's got pretty good numbers. I want to see these guys go out there and put together a pretty good approach. The weather is not an excuse. The weather is.
I tweeted you.
You did tweet me. You did. It is warmer
Early.
weather. I checked the weather there's next week. There's 2 weeks. There's a little cold front coming in, but it's only going to last for a few days. And the high is going to be like 62, right? So it's not like it's freezing. And then it's going to start warming up right before
Before what?
Friday game and right before St. Patty's Day.
Right before what?
Right before St.
Yeah,
Patty's Day.
that is something you wouldn't remember.
Yep.
Right before what?
But these guys got they've had a big win on Tuesday. They've had Wednesday and Thursday off, so they've had a couple days to kind of get their legs back underneath them after the road trip. They're at home. They're playing 4 games. They're prepared. I'm excited to watch Skeens do what he does. I'm excited to see if he can 6 innings, 11 punchies again. He had 12 punchies and 11 punchies. What is your projection on Skeens today? Whoa, I got the hiccup right there.
Acid
You
indigestion?
nervous?
What you got over there? You
I
need
got
some
I had a
Pepto?
little hiccup. Sometimes
I expect him to come out and
some Tums.
I'm gonna say 10 plus Ks today again. I expect him to throw well again. Honestly, it's seeming like he's an absolute dog, right? Like I've seen that first inning the way it went last Friday for him turn into a 4 2/3, 95 pitches, 3 runs, decent. Get out of there with decent numbers where you can. He turned it into a dominant outing still. So like stuff like that is great. Is a great sign. I expect him to go out and throw well.
I feel like you can take so much away from that too, right? Like to see him be able to battle up there because like we've had even at LSU where you've had guys that you're not always going to have your best stuff every day, but for him to be able to do that and get through more than what we were kind of like trying to time up the amount of pitches with the innings that he was when he threw 30 pitches in the first, and we were like
34 in the first, but then when he went 7 in the second, I was like, all right,
okay,
he's gonna be able if he does that one more inning, not even 7, if he just gets to under 15 pitches the next inning, he's gonna have a chance to go. But you're right, it does show you the type of guy he is, right? It shows you he's a professional pitcher, like he understands.
This shit ain't gonna happen today, like
but
this.
But the thing about it is like when you do it, it's one look. I'm not saying you can't get outs if you were doing that at 88 to 90, but when you're doing that with frontline stuff as well, that's how you get known as a bona fide like Friday night guy in this league. And through two outings already, he's doing that. So he's doing everything we've heard he can do, right? And so you're getting to see it right now.
They don't have the LSU Butler line on Caesars.
I was just about to look it up too, but I mean, what would you put it at? I mean, Jesus.
I don't even know how to do it. But here's what I want to talk about. So I think that Skeens, you said 10 plus.
When Skeens against Butler,
I'm saying Skeens is going to strike out 13.
we could do a group bet. We can do one on the show.
I think Skeens is going to strike out 13.
If he gets 13, does he get to 15?
No, I think he's going to get 13.
Just 13. That's the number.
13 is the number that I'm saying he's
So it
going
has
to
to be over.
Like when he started the strikeout conversation.
I think the over-under should be 10 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But I think he's going to get to 13. So I'm obviously would bet the over.
So you'd be taking a big time plus money spot then. That's where you'd be at.
I'd do the alternate line.
Yeah, this is definitely an alternate line.
What is happening?
Oh, I see cupcakes.
All right, let's take a little time out here.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, I told you we were gonna do it. Happy birthday to you.
I'm gonna fuck him up.
Happy birthday
People are
to
being pumped to
you.
see your cleavage on the
Happy birthday, dear Lloyd.
Happy birthday
to you.
Cupcakes
you almost just
and
burned your foot, man,
funnels.
dude. Blow it out. Jesus Christ. Act like you've blown before.
Blow it. What are you doing?
You do it.
No.
It's your birthday. I'm not doing it.
What the hell?
Help me.
Happy birthday.
Thank
I
you.
told you we were going to
Hey.
celebrate.
I love you.
Can you,
Okay.
can you open that on the show? Or is this
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Is this like a I didn't know if
Put
I
it
was
right
getting
here, put it right
ice.
here.
Okay.
Why do you keep getting me face shit? Is it like a joke?
No, you said you loved it.
Well, no, your kids
Wow.
are even worried about it.
I mean, that's not the way you open a gift. I mean, Jesus
she's
Christ.
got no.
Why not even come up here?
Jesus Christ, she
I
just
walk
did.
in, he's like, fuck.
Out of the kindness of her heart, she got you a gift, and now you're going to say, you're like the little kid on Christmas. Mom, I didn't want that. Mom!
I mean,
You have to really. Even your kids have
She's
said,
giving
why do
you a
keep
sign.
Getting him face.
She's giving
I
you a
know,
sign.
That's what I'm wondering.
You need to
like,
work on your hygiene, your facial
I
hygiene.
used David's stuff and loved it, and so I got you some.
You use David's stuff.
See?
You're terrible.
I mean, that's
Oh
I
my
think that was
god.
more of like a luxurious experience at your house.
You loved what I got you for Christmas.
I mean,
You're
he's a
terrible.
hater. He's a hater. He's a hater.
Oh my
No,
god.
I hate that you're disappointed. You did. You did great. I'm gonna
You're
put
a
it on
hater.
right now.
Okay.
I'll put it on the show.
I mean,
The facial on the show.
Happy birthday, damn it.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
31 looks good on me.
It does.
Well, it will.
It will.
I hope it looks good on you. Maybe you can get rid of this mustache.
Some wrinkle cream in there.
Or if you're going to do the mustache, you got to do the little.
No, that's too much. People do the twirl. It's too
That's
much.
you.
Thank
That is
you so
literally you.
much, Katie. It really does mean a lot.
There you go. You're welcome.
There we go. Thank you.
I love you.
Happy birthday. I love you.
Thank you. Enjoy.
The Hammond to the girls' varsity.
Are you
Good
leaving?
luck.
Wow.
Good luck.
You're
Good
leaving
luck.
already?
Get the ship. Bring back the ring.
Yeah.
Do they get rings? Is that how it works now? Or is it trophies?
Yeah, Katie collects them.
Both.
Actually, for the finals.
Rings and trophies. Well, good luck.
Thanks.
Enjoy the trip. Enjoy your Friday.
I said you collect rings. That's your specialty.
Jesus. Jesus Christ. Okay. Well,
Love you.
appreciate it. Enjoy it. Yep.
Tell
Yep.
him hello.
I will.
And I love him.
You're such a bad
Tell him thanks
gift
for the stuff.
receiver. You're a bad gift
I don't
receiver.
like giving
Lloyd.
gifts.
You go to her house. You've been to her house and use a husband's shit?
Oh yeah.
You're terrible, dude. What's wrong
Hey,
with
listen. Here's a question. Here's a legit
you? No
question.
shame. Oh, yeah.
Here's a legit question.
So nice.
Thanks, David.
Yeah.
Here's a legit question. if you're house sitting someone's house, do you sleep in their bed?
That's not a legit question. The answer is no.
Exactly. Where do you sleep? Hopefully outside of my house. You said you don't sleep in my bed when you house sat my house. I don't know.
I did what?
When you've house sat my house.
Mikey was very adamant about me not sleeping.
Don't sleep in my bed. I just think it's weird.
You were very adamant about doing it. Like you
He
wanted
sleeps
it.
in her bed. He sleeps in Katie's bed.
Okay. This is how it started.
Without Katie, obviously.
Oh.
Without Katie.
You're terrible.
He house sits for them. Katie and David. He sleeps in their bed.
Well, this is what it is. Their
She
house,
told you
the
to.
way-
She told me to.
She was like, you have to sleep in the bed. And
Is the
then
bed
I got
comfortable?
that was the problem with both your house and her house. Once you
Oh,
get
so you did sleep in my bed?
once you get in there, you're kind of
Time out. Did you put his robe on too?
I don't have one of those.
Not
I
his.
do
I'm
want to
talking
get.
about
I do
David's.
want to get.
I mean, he's all in.
I did wear. He has like a bunch of Lululemon shirts that are real nice. So I just kind of cosplayed as David. Like it's nice to
Oh
be.
my
like,
God.
Well, feels good.
You're terrible.
Tell you
And
what.
I had to go back to my fucking cotton shirts and go
Shrimp
home.
and grits, baby.
I do
Minor
want-
league baseball.
I do
We got
want.
jumbo shrimp.
I do want to get a robe, but I want to get like one of those like the boxing robes. Like I want to get a robe that like super like. Why are you wearing this? Like, because it says I'm the champ or something on the back.
I just want to
of
get
it.
a robe, literally just to be in the house and walk to the. Act like I'm picking up the newspaper and then just don't pick it up. Just walk back.
How you doing, Larry? How you doing? Good to see
Literally,
you.
as soon as I close the front door behind me, all right, it's done for the day. That's all I needed it for.
With the cup of coffee and your slippers, and you saw out there.
Dragging my feet.
How you doing, Kathy?
How you
Good
doing?
to see you.
Look good,
See you,
huh?
Karen.
Get your miles in, huh? Yeah.
Great
Another-
weather today, huh?
Woo!
Another day,
So
huh?
high already.
Another day. Let's have a
All
good
I
one.
wanted for. I don't want it for anything else.
Get
Let's have a
dog
good
and
one.
kick
That's
the
it.
fence.
That's it.
That's it. I like it.
Hey, no
I think I'm
newspaper.
gonna
We
do it.
don't
I think I'm buying a
anymore.
robe. I think I'm gonna buy a robe tonight, just for that.
Get you a nice velvet one.
Ooh,
Crush.
huh?
Crush velvet.
What?
On the
What is
robe?
that?
That's like that's a different type of velvet. I only know this because
What is that, velvet?
I was saying it's nice. I was staying at a hotel and somebody dropped a crushed velvet bow tie that was like worth like $600.
Did you sell it?
I just took it. I
Oh,
wear it
sold
now
it.
all the time.
Oh yeah, you told me that.
Yeah.
You wore it to. Didn't you wear it to Jordy's wedding?
Uh huh. It was
The
just
red
something-
one?
I didn't
Was it
see
red?
it- Yeah. Red crushed velvet. I didn't see
Did you
him
say that
drop
already?
it.
Did
Yeah.
you say red crushed velvet? Oh,
Uh-huh.
I didn't hear that.
Who walked up to you at Jordy's wedding? Was like, that's a nice tie. It's crushed velvet.
I did. Well, that's exactly what he said. That's how it went. I was like, damn, look at you. What's your bow tie? He goes, oh, it's crushed velvet.
I stole it.
I found it. I found it on the ground.
But it felt like the guy dropped
I read it.
and I didn't see
Lloyd
him.
saw it fall out of his backpack. and was like, oh, I'm gonna get that
Actually
tie.
went to it's David's.
David, I'll bring it back.
Thank you.
Next house sitting.
Next time your house says you can put it on his tux. He's gonna be putting
Oh,
on all the
my
suits.
God.
He's like, damn, this looks good on me.
Might call
Feels good.
Katie.
I hope they come back home one time while you're actually in his closet, like trying stuff on. It'd be so funny.
Oh, it would be a disaster. I'm
Oh
very
my
wary of the
God.
text. I'm like, how far out are you? What's your ETA? I gotta get moving.
You're a mess.
Boy, that's tough.
You're
All
a
right,
mess.
we got a little
Happy
off the rails.
birthday.
Happy birthday to you. I can't wait to crush one of these cupcakes
I can't wait to watch you crush a cupcake
and chug up beer.
and that beer.
All right, so what were we before?
We were talking about Skeens over under pitches.
Oh yeah, so Peens.
All right, good show.
All right, Skeens over under 10.5. I think he's gonna get to 13. What do y'all think?
Over.
Huh?
I think
Over?
15.
15.
Well, because he mentioned it, I was actually thinking when you started the whole strikeout thing, I was like, I don't think 15's out of like the.
No, it's not. But
possibility.
15's a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
let's say he
Well, I was
throws.
thinking if he can, I was thinking he gets through 7.
That's 21 out. So it means he's striking out 6 guys. You're only
Yeah.
putting the ball in play. It's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Little League
I'm
World
gonna go.
Series
I'm gonna
stuff.
go with under, but over 10.
Over 10. Over
yeah,
10
over
and
10
a half.
Over 10 and a half, but
So you think
under
11?
13. 11, 12.
Yeah. All right.
Right now, window.
I think 11.5 is the number, but we should do a bet. And like,
Okay.
who wants to go over, who wants to go under, then we have to do something to decide it.
Okay.
Because there's no lines out.
The over under 10.5. I say over. He says over. You say over. Everybody's gonna go over. There's no bet.
Under.
You're just doing it for the bet. I appreciate
well,
it.
I think they're gonna. I think this is one of the times where you don't. I keep sticking to this theory where they're not gonna keep Skeens out there for 100 pitches a game. Like, I mean, if he
no, they are.
deals, I know, but I don't like that.
Unless it's a struggle.
You don't need, exactly. You don't need to see him anymore. Like,
yeah, but it's not
No,
about.
it's not about that. It's about
keeping his
It's
arm.
about.
Yeah.
So wait, time out.
I understand that
Time
too.
out, because I don't think enough people really, truly kind of understand how this thing goes. Mikey obviously does at this point too, but like now, especially nowadays, dude, like these guys kind of throw to a pitch count, like almost always. Like, so if he's up to 100, that means he's built up to do it. They're gonna keep trying to get him there unless he's in trouble. And it really doesn't matter if they're facing Butler or if they're facing Tennessee. It doesn't matter. So like,
you're just trying to get to it. Like, what's the number then? Like 95?
Wherever, I don't know where.
I mean, like,
he's
you
probably right around the 100 number.
Yeah,
right now.
100's his number. It's like they want him to build up because when SEC play comes in 2 weeks,
Yeah.
like they want him to be ready to go 110. if he
Same
needs
thing.
to.
Same thing when you see like maybe the random bullpen guy who all of a sudden is going through 3 1/3, and they're like, "Why is he taking him out? He's at
It's tough.
coach. He's at 38 pitches. He's never
Right.
thrown over 22.
Right.
That's probably why. Like stuff like that. And when he was already up and gotten over the 22 numbers, so they left him out there. But like they can't keep him
So,
out there. He's not built up to
a
do
good
that.
a good example, right? And this is a good baseball, huh?
Coop?
No. This is like I had firsthand experience. So we had a guy that I played with in Tampa, Mike Montgomery, pitched in the big leagues for a little while. Played for Tampa, played for Seattle, played for the Yankees. Like lefty, funny as shit, good pitcher, right? Played for the Royals.
He was nasty.
He was nasty. So we played him in 2014. This is my first year in AAA. I'm playing center field. He's pitching. We go through April. He doesn't get past the 4th inning. He's throwing balls. He's not getting guys. He's not walking. He's not throwing strikes. He's walking some guys. He's giving up hits. Pitch counts gets up early in the season. All right, done. Hasn't ever pitched through the 4th. Got to the 4th. Never got through the 4th. Out, right? First week of May, he's on the mound. He's throwing well today. Boom. Gets through 1. Gets through 2, gets through 3, gets through 4.
Ooh.
No hit. Right? Low pitch count. Gets through 5, no hit. Gets through 6, no hit. He's shoving. Gets through 7, no hit. Now his pitch count's kind of getting up there. He hasn't thrown this much all year. Gets through 8, no hit. Now, all of our brass, GM, assistant GM, scouting director, they're all in the stands watching the game. They come down, they call down to the manager and say, hey, he's got to come out. And our manager probably had an idea anyway, but he's like, he hasn't thrown this much. He hasn't gotten this far in the game. We love the fact that he's throwing really well, but he's in the minor leagues where we want the development. We don't want to hurt him. Take him out the game. I think I've told this story before, but take him out the game. They say he comes in to give the handshake. He argues with the manager for a little bit and says, no, I want to go back out. Which he should, right? He's a no-hitter. He's like, no, listen, this is coming from above me. You're done. All right. Manager calls down to the bullpen, tells a couple guys to start getting loose, so they start getting ready on the mound. And he's sitting down. He puts his stuff up. Everybody's already telling him congratulations. Inning ends. He calls in for the whoever, I forget who it was, Kirby Yates. I think it was, or maybe it was Libertor, one of the two. Calls for them to come in.
Too
both
nasty
of them.
out of
Yeah. Hey, our bullpen was so nasty the year. So it calls him out there. There's no phone, no walkie-talkie. They're just doing signs. And they're like, what? We can't hear you. Who? And just waited and waited and waited. And if you knew Mike, he's just sitting there. He's looking around. He says, fuck it. Took his glove and goes to the mound. Right? So he starts throwing warm-up pitches. Right? And so once you throw a warm-up pitch back then, you had to pitch now it's still you have to. But once
you still have to, yeah.
If he would have gone out there now, he would have had to face. No, actually, no, because he's not a new pitcher. Once you start throwing a warm-up pitcher, you have to face that guy.
The first hitter.
The first hitter.
Yeah.
So he faces him, he goes 2-0, and I'm sitting in the center field. I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna fuck up this no-hitter, right? Because he wants to get it. He ends up getting the guy out, ground ball, go, take him out. Manager gets booed by the crowd. Reams out Mike, tells him, hey, you can't fucking do that. You can't show me up. I know that you want to. End up closing out the no-hitter, whatever, right? And it was just the whole point of the story is it was based off pitch count, right? He hasn't built himself up. He hasn't been in that situation so far in that year, and they have to wait and they have to try to get him ready for that for the longevity of the season. It's the same thing with Skeens.
Yeah.
Right? So if he is going out there, it's not about, hey, we've already seen enough. No. You go out there until you get to your point where I think it's time to take you out.
Yeah.
And then you take you out.
I played so much baseball, Coach. It got to a point to where we could be up 4 runs and the starter's still in the 6th, 7th, 8th, wherever it is in the inning, and you see him go back out to start the next inning. You realize, all right, well, there's a righty up, there's a lefty, then 2 righties. He's at this number of pitches thrown because it's on the board right now. Lefty gets hit and/or a righty, and you're like, yep, they're about to get someone up. It's one guy, literally. Like
if he gets one guy on base,
and you're like, yep,
out.
they're getting someone up because of where his pitch count is right now, because of where he is in the game. You know they're getting someone up because he's getting close to where it's at the end for him.
Yeah, and so it's interesting. What I do want to obviously Skeens has done really well, and he's going to continue to do really well. What I want to see is what happens on Saturday.
Yeah.
Does Riley Cooper bounce back?
I don't know if he'll start on Saturday.
Who's going to start?
I think Jay throws a wrinkle and gives Floyd the nod on Saturday.
I think he starts Floyd on Monday.
On Monday.
I think he starts Floyd on Monday.
Yeah.
I think he's not gonna take Riley out after one. Now you could be
I
right.
think,
You could
I
be
think
right.
you keep the rhythm with the weekend,
I
guys.
think Riley maybe starts Sunday. I think he might just. I think for timing because Floyd threw Friday against Kansas State. Like if he's going to give him a nod, it might be.
Yeah, maybe, but I think that he's gonna keep Riley there. Say, hey, you had a bad outing.
You can't yank him after
No,
one.
you're going to go back out there. You're going to do your thing, right? I think they're going to do the Chase Short thing on Sunday.
Yeah.
Continue to let him do what he's doing. Hopefully he can kind of build up enough confidence and kind of get longer in the game. And then I think he's going to try to start Floyd on Monday. What was that?
Well, he wasn't on camera.
Oh,
so I just
okay.
wanted to give him a
Okay.
little,
Yeah. Got it. Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Behind the scenes.
I'm not sure. Like I don't have anything against that idea if it is. I'm not sure that it'll be Floyd on Monday, but
I don't know.
I'm definitely sold that it's anybody but Thatcher on Monday. Like I think
Thatcher's throwing Wednesday.
That's okay. So he's already said.
No. I'm just saying that.
Yeah. So I'm saying like I don't like he ain't gonna move up a day because of the injuries he's coming off of and all that.
Not
stuff.
yet.
So like if he is going to transition Hurd into
starter role on
Sunday
weekend.
on a weekend, when do you do that time wise? If he keeps throwing.
So if he throws Wednesday, if you do that and you throw him Wednesday this week and you want to start him next weekend, that's when you do it.
Yeah.
You give him just an extra couple days of
You can do
rest.
that. Like the way it could, and I hate that we keep talking about this because it makes it seem like we're sliding Coop a little bit.
No,
and
we're not.
We're not. Like so, I want
I'm not.
As we do this, I don't know who's listening. You never know how this is being perceived. But I wanted to be understood that no one's sliding Coop. I just know that the guy is literally the ace in the hole. He's the guy in the deck that Jay doesn't mind, and they have a confidence and a trust in a relationship that he understands. Hey, wherever I'm putting you is in a position that I think you're going to succeed. And the same way around, Coach, put me wherever you want. I can throw whenever, however, if ever. Right? So I think that's like the relationship they've built over the time they've been together. So I do think that there's a chance that if things go perfect this weekend, maybe, whatever, you can see it being Skeens there. You can see if, like you said, if Schwartz builds himself up, has a good outing, kind of gets deeper in, him sliding to Saturday, and Thatcher sliding to a Sunday spot with another great left-handed arm out of the pen whenever they need it.
No doubt. And I think Riley got some more leash. No, I don't say leash because Jay loves him, right?
Yeah, he should.
Yeah, he should. I think seeing what the lefties have done out the pen right now, like Ackenhouse.
It does help him.
And you have Griffin Herring.
Yeah.
Like those guys, what they've done out of the pen, I think that says, okay, you know what? We're not in dire need of a lefty out the pen right now.
No, we're not. But it also makes me think, too, like, and I don't, we'll see how they look at it, but it also makes me think, like, man, if you got a left-handed, I can give you 3 to 4, and a right-handed in Little, I can give you 3 to 4, and or Ty Floyd, I can give you 3 to 4, and I got 2 lefties more out of the pen, and I got either Ty or Little still waiting at the end of the pen. Good God.
Yeah.
How do you hit against something like that, right? So, like, it just, as much as you would love to have a lefty in there, and maybe he does keep him in there, maybe that's why he's built him up, because, hey, if we face a lineup that's got 7 lefties in it, you're going, bro.
Right.
Here it is.
Right.
And if we don't, here we got 3 right on the weekend, and we got 3 lefties that are dominant out of the pen.
And maybe eventually, right? Eventually, Riley becomes the guy who maybe him and Thatcher flip spots eventually and say, okay, hey, you're going to throw the Tuesday or Wednesday
I'm going to be honest
game,
with you.
and then you're going to pitch Saturday, Sunday if we need you out
No,
the pen.
dude, I'm going to be honest with you. And I straight up mean this, and I don't mean it like to any slight towards the midweek games, but I think those arms, including Thatcher, including Riley, are way too good to be throwing predominantly in midweek games.
Well, especially once you get to the SEC.
Sooner
100%.
than later, those guys are going to be throwing
I
predominantly.
agree, but I think right now it's important because those games right now you're probably facing better competition than you're gonna.
And they're important during the year. But the ones that are more important, those guys are way too talented to be throwing the more of their innings during the midweek games.
I'm with you. So it's going to be interesting to see. I want to see how Riley does respond, though, because he was a bad outing. I think he's going to respond very well.
I do, too.
I want to see how Chase Shores throws on Sunday. I want to see how much longer he's going to let him go. Is he going to say, hey, are you just a one-time through the order guy? If he is, okay, so you're going to do the opener thing again. Like he did that last year a lot. Are they going to continue to do this year, or is he going to say, hey, we have more confidence in you. You've kind of gotten a feel for it. We're going to let you go a little deeper.
You think he's preparing Shores for a move to the pen if he's planning on her going just by letting him
No, because I think that if he was going to do that, he would have taken him out and say, hey, you're going to learn. Because starting and going through your whole routine as a starter is way different than coming out the pen in the eighth.
Especially for a young dude, too. Especially for a young dude. Like, this is,
Now, he may eventually, but I think that if that's the case, he's going to be out the rotation, and you're going to start seeing him pitch every in some midweek games to kind of get used to coming out the bullpen and then over the weekends. But, I'd like to see him kind of get extended.
Yeah, I feel like his stuff's too – like, if he's controlling it, his stuff's too good, I think, to just
100-mile sinkers.
once. Yeah.
That plays.
Yeah.
Yes, it plays.
That
Especially
plays.
on a Sunday, guys.
Now, Offensively, I really want to see Tommy White get going this weekend, right?
Me too.
And look, I've talked about it. I'm not pressing the panic button by any means.
Is he your pick to click this weekend?
Oh, he's my pick to click.
Okay.
He's my pick to click. You know what that means? Anybody? No pick to click? They used to. The pitchers.
Not necessarily have to be struggling, but
so pitchers in minor league baseball. I don't know if or in professional baseball. They used to have a wager within themselves, and it wasn't necessarily monetary. It was more of like, hey, if you pick the guy to pick to click, and you have a guy hits a homer, he's your pick to click, and he's the first one hit the homer. You don't have to do your running for the day, or that's kind of how they would do it. So like, guys would come up to you, hey, you're my pick. You're my pick.
You knew it when you like games about to start, and somebody said, hey, you're my pick. I'm like, let's get it.
That's it. I love it. And then you could tell how many times you were their pick after you hit the homer and how loud the dugout got.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I personally think that's where you started seeing professional ball when guys started hitting homers and they're over here pointing at the bullpen. I think that's where it kind of started.
Yeah.
And now it's whatever it is. It's grown to what it is now, but I really do think that's where it started at.
That's so baseball. Like, we're
awesome.
so bored. Like, we're doing this every day. It's like,
give me something to lock into for 5 minutes before I start stretching.
Then you'll get guys that ask you in BP like, damn, your BP, how you feeling?
Hey, how you feel? You look good.
How you feel? I'm good today. I feel locked in.
About to pick the click.
I feel locked
we're
in.
talking.
Yeah.
And then you know going in like, damn hot. I've been hitting a lot of homers. I know that I'm getting picked.
Can
by
you only
a lot
pick
of guys.
one person?
No. So like multiple guys can pick me.
Okay.
Or pick Jay, like whoever it was. Like you can have. And some guys try to do the opposite, so like everybody else picks someone, I pick someone else different, and whatever.
Set
But
some guys don't tell you until you actually like you bang it. Like, hey, thank you.
Yeah. But I'd like to see him get going. I think he is my pick to click. I think he's gonna have a big weekend. I think once he gets that first one, watch out. You know what I mean? You just gotta get through that first one. You gotta get that first like good game of feeling like, damn, I've hit the ball in the barrel. I'm starting to feel good again. And once he gets to that, I think you're going to start seeing him take off. I'm not by any means worried. He's played 5 games. 5.
Well, with that being said, we might as well just go around the room with it. So I guess my pick to click would be.
Yeah, we should do this.
Didn't see him much.
Great segment.
You did.
Yeah, you're gonna take mine.
You didn't see him much this past weekend. I think he's going to take it as a. I think Jay gave him some time to kind of, hey man, regroup, slow yourself down, gather yourself, and because of how they had to do the lineup stuff. If Tommy can get back in, my pick to click this weekend is Paxton.
Okay. I like that. Get his first career homer.
I see it coming.
LSU
I'll go with Neil getting his first one.
Hey, okay.
Okay.
Okay, wait, so are we doing pick to click for the whole weekend?
I'm just going for the weekend, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's mine for the weekend. Who you got,
It
Lo?
has to be like the first homer of the weekend?
No.
Just like who do you think's going to go?
Yeah.
Usually the real way to do pick to click is
It's
that
game by
game.
game.
Who's
Yeah,
the first
game
one
by
of that
game.
game? But
Yeah.
this is for the weekend,
Yeah.
so.
I think Neil gets his first one this weekend.
Yeah.
He's gotten a few pretty close.
Since we're not showing again until Monday, we just go. I'm going for the weekend. We'll go for the weekend. So he's got Neil. Who you got?
I was gonna say Paxton, but he's took it. So we'll get the other freshman.
Draft order. Trey Morgan.
Okay.
Run with my guy.
Are you just trying? Is everybody just trying not to pick Dylan Cruz?
You can't pick him.
What do you mean? Of course you can pick him.
Well,
Yeah,
I
you
could.
can.
No, I mean, I
He
wouldn't.
100% can pick him. What do you mean?
I think I
He
I
doesn't. He's like, man, let me chill.
I personally
because
think
I'm
he's
trying
gonna. I personally
I
think
want
he's
to
gonna
go up 4 for 4.
I personally think he's gonna hit a homer. I think he's gonna have a few
I think
homers.
he's gonna
this
hit a
year.
homer
I do
too.
too.
I personally think he's gonna have a few, but like I want to pick some. I was talking
too.
about
Different.
Tommy White. I think
I've been
Tommy
saying
White
it-
is gonna go.
Yeah,
off.
I've been saying Dylan since Wednesday about it.
Yeah.
I thought it, so I think that's gonna happen. But I'm also
Here's my
on the
thing.
other one, too.
Dylan driving the ball in the gap right now, hitting double after double after double.
I'd rather see him do that, to be honest.
Off the
100%.
center field wall.
100%. But like
Off
the
the
way he's swinging it and what
out,
he's doing,
his outs are on the track in right center. Like,
he may have 4 homers this weekend.
He's
might.
about to get
he
warm.
might.
He may have 4 homers this
Oh,
weekend.
he's
It
already
is one.
simmered.
He's warm. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. It's
he
about
might
to
look
get-
over and be like, "Hey, man,
Coach, he's hitting
turn that
500.
down."
He's hitting 5. His on base percentage is over 700 right
Everybody
now.
wants
It's
to-
only 8 games.
He reminds me of This is what he's doing right now because it's so sneaky. It's like when you turn the water on, you got it boiling on the thing, you don't realize it's already simmering, it's already bubbling. You're like, oh shit, it's hot. Yeah. That's when you realize, oh my god, he hit 4 homers. He's hitting. No, he's been doing that. It just didn't go over the
didn't go
fence
over
yet.
the fence.
Yeah, that's where I think he's at. Right
I guess
now.
that would be the right pick, right? Because he hasn't really homered.
He only hit 1 homer.
He's
only
only
had
got
1
one.
homer.
Tommy is the sexy pick because you just want to see it happen.
I just know it's gonna happen.
gonna
He's
happen.
not gonna go the whole
I
season
want
without
it
hitting
to
a
happen.
homer. I
It's
can
going
promise
to
you that.
happen.
What he hit 27 tugs last
27.
year.
Yeah.
He'll hit one, and weather's great.
Weather's great.
So I'm not gonna change my pick because I think Trey Morgan he's been people. I wouldn't say he's been struggling. He has one inside the park home run.
He has one over the fence too. With the
Like,
cycle.
yeah, no, he hit the homer for the cycle. But like
yeah.
I said the other day, when
He
people
hit
were like,
like,
"Oh,
Parker this year.
That was a triple that I was thinking.
Yeah.
Of.
that was when I was saying Wednesday, where people were like, "Oh man, they're struggling. They strike out so much. This and that." I go, Coach, Trey's hitting 269. There's only two other guys in the lineup that's played pretty much with like more than 5 starts that's hitting quote unquote worse than that. I go, you think Trey's gonna hit 269 all year? So if Trey's hitting 269 and everyone else is over that, pretty much at 300 or over, y'all we're really trying to say that this lineup is struggling?
Right.
And his,
Come on.
his OBP is off the charts.
Come on, yeah.
Right. And that's the
That's
thing.
what he
It's
does
like,
well. It's like Anthony Rizzo.
There's things.
You're gonna ride that thing till
There's
it goes
things
home.
that
Till it
happen. There's
comes
things
true.
in baseball.
Could
Average
be
20
year
years,
7.
yeah.
Could be year 7 in pro ball, and he's gonna be like,
I'll be
finally,
50.
Trey. Thank you.
Average is such
2020
an
guy.
overrated stat.
Yeah, it is.
So and it's very overrated. Like there's something to be said about having a high average, but there's a lot of guys that have high averages that don't have high on base percentages because they only do is hit. Right, like these guys that just scrap singles and they swing at everything, but they have high contact rates.
Well, that's
That's
what Trey's
fine.
fighting.
Huh?
That's what he's fighting because he has such good hand-eye.
Right.
That he was like actually literally need to work on not swinging.
Right. All right, let's take a little break.
No.
Right, because I want to give love to our sponsors. 1 and 2. It's your time.
Yes, it is. Set it up, baby.
Is Katie here?
Unless you want to do it at the end of the show
No.
This time,
Let's
no.
take a break and
Let's
we'll
get
come
in
back
the middle.
with
with
a
Joe.
sponsor.
I want to do it before or after. I thought we were going to do this before going into the
I
break.
thought you were going straight into Doe's Eat Place. I thought you were trying to stagger them.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do the mistake of the day. We're
Let's
like
come
we're
back
learning.
with Doe's mistake of the day. so I
Come
can
back
get
with mistakes. We're going to go in with Heineken.
Oh God.
We're going to go
It's a
into
lot.
the break with Heineken. Heineken Silver, right?
My favorite.
Your favorite. We are starting to become some pretty big fans of Heineken Silver, right? They are changing it. They're trying to change the way Heineken is viewed from the public.
What, German?
Yep.
Yeah, a
yeah.
big lager, and now it's American. It's been Americanized.
4% alcohol, 95
like World War
calories.
II.
Yeah, it's like it's their light beer, right? It's actually bottled and like I like it's pretty cool. The star,
Slender.
it's very slick. It's kind of their version of Michelob.
Sneak it in anywhere.
Right? It's good. Exactly. Put it in your back pocket. It fits in koozies. Now you have to get certain koozies probably to fit in these.
Mic'd
but-
up koozie.
Yeah, we'll get one of those. But they're very easy to drink. It should be part of your tailgate cooler. Your
Experience.
tailgate should be part of the rotation, right? That should be part of your beers that you can just grab in. Oh, Heineken Silver. Oh, I'm gonna drink. That's good. It's good. So with that being said, grab your contraption.
Oh, we're doing it now.
Yeah. What did I just say?
Well, I need help.
No. Well, Jared's gonna do it. You just gotta grab your contraption. Jared,
I'm coming through.
you want to
baby.
give the assist?
Yeah, of course.
Happy birthday.
Happy
me.
birthday to Lloyd. This is a Friday ritual now that we started. We've
I
bullied
think I've gained like 4 pounds.
from 1 beer a week.
No, from working out so much because
Oh.
I'm drinking, and I
There
can
you
still
go.
stay light on my feet. So it's all muscle.
So this is a tradition on Fridays that we've started that we bullied Lloyd into.
Yeah, that's okay.
And then he's also gonna do cruise. What is it?
Missiles.
Huh?
Boost Cruise.
Boost Cruise. Every time he hits a homer.
What did you do?
That's why he.
What the hell?
That's why he didn't pick Cruise because he didn't want to do the Boost
No,
Cruise.
I want to do it.
You didn't see his eyes? All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do this thing.
Put this thing.
Boom.
Best sound in the world.
We probably should start chilling some
Boone
for
County
you.
mating
Probably
call.
should start chilling some for you.
That's okay. Port.
For the squad. For the boys.
Get it up high. There we go. Not you, the funnel.
Wow, he's going like a star today.
There we go. Wow, on your birthday.
Phil.
What a showing.
Phil 31.
That may be equivalent to Dylan Cruz's 5 for 6 on his birthday.
Wow.
Wow.
Look at him.
Yep.
Hard to get
Take a bow, sir.
This is getting too easy for me.
Maybe maybe I have to go back
maybe we
to
should
the
start-
old. My chest is killing me.
We're gonna start getting some ice cold beers.
Put the
for you.
camera on yourself.
31 stuff.
Here, give me the empty can.
Lloyd, you're supposed to show that it doesn't hurt.
And we're just gonna go ahead and just put this right here.
Never show the pain.
It's not the beer, it's me.
Yeah, it's you. It's you. 31. Getting old. You ready? You good?
Yeah.
All right. With that, we're gonna go to a break. We'll be back in 1 minute. On the backside, we're gonna have mistake of the day, and Joe Schwartz is coming on the show at 2:10. You're watching Miked Up.
Look at that face.
Hey everybody, it's Mikie Mahtook from Miked Up. I don't even know what I was gonna say.
God damn it.
Take two.
You ready?
Action.
Hey everybody, it's Mikie Mahtook from Miked Up. I mean,
I couldn't help it because you started elaborating.
I mean.
All right, go on. Let's get
Keep it going?
No, you gotta do the whole thing. Hey everybody, it's Mikie Mahtook from Miked Up. If you haven't already subscribed and liked our show, like and subscribe to our show. Let's go.
Yes, this is great. Take 4.
Liked and subscribed.
I like a nice bit
or
of credits,
subscribe
baby.
to
I
our
like
show.
the credits.
Let's go.
Outtakes.
Let's go.
Lock it up.
I got it. Hey everybody, it's Mike. My phone fucking rang.
It's unbelievable. This is great.
My phone rang.
Maybe 8's the number.
Let's go. I'm setting up. Yeah, I'm setting up. Hey everybody, it's Mikie Mahtook from Miked Up. If you haven't already liked or subscribed to our show, we're live every Monday, Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. from our studio. Come hang out with the boys, me, Jay Mitch, Jackie Boy, Lloyd. Lloyd has his shenanigans up in the corner. Come hang out with us again. Like and subscribe. We're live Mondays and Wednesdays from 6 to 8 p.m. Come hang out with us. We appreciate all the love. See you on the show. Welcome back to Miked Up. We have our friend of the show, friend of us, part of the squad, part of the crew,
The Rat's Nest.
the Rat's Nest, Joe Ratty Schwartz, in the on deck circle. Should we go straight to him or should we do the mistake of the day before we go
Let's
to
go
him?
straight to him. I mean,
Okay,
man's
go
busy.
straight.
Man's
Look, he's
busy.
in here. He's busy. They got a game in 2 hours and 50 minutes. I think they're not on East Coast time.
Great
They're
hat.
Not, are they on
Oh.
Eastern time?
Almost bought that hat.
So is it? So is it 5 o'clock Eastern time or 6 o'clock Eastern time?
6 Eastern.
6 Eastern, 5 o'clock. So the game is in 2 hours and 50 minutes over here.
Well, there's a game. There's a game before ours, so we'll be 30 minutes after the game before us.
I got you. Look at you.
They
Where-
might get on a pitch clock.
You got a little like what's your backdrop? What's that? Is that a painting in the room?
A beautiful painting.
That's the champagne room is that?
That's the champagne room over there.
the decor.
That's it.
Nice right
That's
there.
Too
it.
many lights back here?
No.
Yeah, let's-
No,
you got a
lights
layup?
turn on.
Set the mood.
Not sure if it'll
Talk
turn
to me.
on, but
Talk to me, Ratty.
there we go.
Look at that.
There we go.
There we go. We got a little. We light you up a little bit. All right,
God said,
y'all.
let there be light. Oh wait, hold on. There we go.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Now we have light.
There we go. All right, so y'all are in South Carolina. It's essentially y'all are in what? Greenville. Y'all are in Greenville, South Carolina. Greenville, South Carolina. Y'all had a double bye, right? Y'all are already in the quarterfinals. Y'all play Georgia tonight at 5 o'clock. What's the vibe? What's the mood of the girls, and what can we expect from the Lady Tigers?
Really good vibes. It's always nice to have the double bye. We flew in Wednesday night. Got to hang out in Greenville. Had a nice couple dinners.
How is Greenville? Is Greenville nice?
Greenville's a good time.
Is Greenville nice?
Obviously, great artwork there.
It actually is. It's a nice little city. Good downtown area. Good restaurants. It's also fun to see the camaraderie or lack thereof with all the other teams here in the SEC.
What a subtle jab! What a subtle jab that was. I love that.
The Tennessee fans, the South Carolina fans, when we drove in on the bus, thumbs down.
Good.
They didn't wave to y'all?
Oh no, not at all. Free smoke tours. Bus is coming through. Get out the way.
I mean, they're waving just with one finger.
The vibes are really good right now. Georgia, we watched Georgia play Auburn last night, and they beat them double figures. So Georgia's playing well right now. I think they've got them as a lock to make the NCAA tournament. So
They played y'all pretty tough the last time y'all played them, right?
Yeah, they definitely did give credit to them because they play this weird matchup zone defense that really threw us off. But the stat that stuck out the most, we shot 45 free throws against them, and I think we only made 27. So that game shouldn't have been an overtime game if we make free throws. But we've got to take care of the ball tonight. We got to limit transition buckets for them. And then we got to play our brand of basketball, which is get the ball down low, let Angel and LaDeja and Samaya work, and then the outside shots will open themselves up. So it's more, I think, tonight about focusing on us versus what Georgia does really well. They're a really good team, well coached, and if we can get into the defense and penetrate and attack inside, then it's going to open up a lot of outside shots. And we shot it well at shoot around this morning. It's a shooter's gym. It's a gym similar to the PMAC, smaller, not one of those big like NBA style arenas where most of these conference tournaments are held. Last year at Bridgestone in Nashville, that's a huge arena. It's a hockey arena. That's a concert arena. It's massive, and
that's what I wanted to ask. Like, some people that are watching the show may not understand what that means. Like, what makes an arena a shooting arena, and what makes not a shooting arena? Is it the size, the depth perception, those types of things?
Yeah, I think it's the depth perception. Is probably the main thing, especially when you're used to playing in an arena that's a lot smaller. I think that's one thing why people always say home court advantage is such a big deal. Well, yeah, it might be a big deal because you have a good atmosphere, you have great fans, all that. But at the end of the day, it's the court that you get to practice on every day. Right. So when you throw in the term neutral site, the SEC and all conferences are very strict about how much time you can get on the court with basketballs. Like this morning, we were on the court at 8:50, but we weren't allowed to touch a basketball until 9:10. They allow every team to have 30 minutes with a basketball. So we kind of did our
30 minutes. That's it, huh?
But yeah, 30 minutes for shoot around on game day. We got 45 minutes on the court yesterday. So they're very strict about it. But we got what we needed to get done. And I think we're locked in. I think the level of focus is a lot higher. Knock on wood, unlike last year, we were coming in a little bit banged up. We didn't have Alexis in the SEC tournament. A couple of our seniors were battling some things. So it's nice to have a fully healthy squad. The energy's been great. It's nice this time of year, and Coach talked about it, and when I came back on the show a few weeks ago, if you can get through the grind of February, you're going to hit that second wind in March. And that John Rothstein guy who's always on the men's side says we sleep in May, but it's kind of literal. Like, you're not getting much sleep. We were at the Georgia-Auburn game last night, and then we get back to the hotel, eat dinner around 8:39, decide we want to watch film on them. Obviously, you got to watch film night before games, and you look up, it's 10:30, 11 o'clock, and you're like wide awake. Go back to the room, watch SEC Network, break down some more film, and you don't want to start looking too far ahead, but you have to. You got to be prepared for the next round, and that'll be the same thing tonight for our game. After our game, Tennessee will play, and we'll watch that one, assuming that we're able to take care of business. We'll watch that Tennessee-Kentucky game after ours and come back, do a scouting report. So it's fun. We've kind of hit that second wind, and now the plan is to win a couple ball games here because, I mean, I think from a national standpoint, people saw what happened to Utah last night. They were the 2 seed playing against the winner of the 7-10, and they got upset last night. So the door's wide open for that last 1 seed for the NCAA tournament. All these people have counted us out.
That's what I was about to ask. That's what I was about to ask. So y'all are right now projected a 2 seed in the tournament, right? Y'all have, obviously you go into the finals of the SC tournament. You beat South Carolina. That does what you need to do, right? You're the number 1 seed at that point. Is there an avenue to get there? Let's say y'all don't. I'm not saying y'all aren't going to, but if y'all don't go there, is there an avenue without having to go out and win the whole thing to be a 1 seed?
I think if we we win tonight and we win tomorrow, and play the brand of basketball we're playing, I think you got to leave it up to the committee. But hey, you look at our resume. If we get to Sunday this weekend, I mean, you're talking 29-1 playing for a conference tournament championship. And then on the flip side, you obviously at this time of year you need teams to help you out. So Utah losing last night in the first round of their conference tournament, that means they don't have a chance to get any more big wins. For us, we would have a chance if we were able to get to Tennessee tomorrow, Tennessee or Kentucky, and then presumably South Carolina on Sunday. If you're just talking chalk, those would be the teams that we would be playing. But I think at the end of the day, and Coach referred to it in her press conference today, you're either going to be the last number 1 seed or the first number 2 seed. You know they're not going to put you in South Carolina's bracket. So regardless, you're going to have to beat someone. Yeah, it'd be nice to have a 1 seed next to our name, but let's be real here. Kim's taken 1 seeds, 2 seeds, 3 seeds to the Final Four. So the seed doesn't matter, I think, from a respect standpoint. It'd be nice to have that 1 seed next to our name because I think we're deserving of it. But, if not, we'll take a 2, we'll take a 3, we'll take a 4. As long as we're hosting those first 2 games at home, we'll be in good shape.
Now, the regular season's over. You've really reached postseason basketball. There is a heightened sense of urgency, but at the same time, you have to be able to approach it like it's just another game. How do you guys go about, I guess, conveying that message and keeping the team in that kind of happy medium, in that kind of shooting range right there?
I think you kind of you don't switch things up. It's the postseason. The attention to detail has got to be at an all-time high, but let's be real, like our attention to detail and scouting reports and film and practice is held to such a high standard, and that's why Coach Mulkey's such a great coach, because when we start lacing them up in September and October, the attention to detail is extremely high. And that's why she's been so successful in March, because she ingrains that in you so early on in the season, and especially for these freshmen who couldn't walk and chew gum when they got to campus. We've got 2 freshmen right now that are playing pretty significant minutes, and if it weren't for those September and October long practices, focusing on the little things, starting with team defense. I mean, hell, like the first 2 weeks of practice, I don't think we picked up a ball on the offensive end because we were working on team defense.
Oh, straight
and
losers.
You look now, defense is what's going to get you to a Sweet 16, to an Elite 8, to a Final Four. Offense, you could have a bad night, but the bad night, don't let that be the reason. The bad offensive night shouldn't be the reason that your season ends. So I think our biggest focus tonight, going into the first game, is play our game, execute on offense. We struggled the last time we played them, but then on the flip side, we let them shoot 55% from the field when we played them last time. That's just not LSU women's basketball.
Right.
So we've got to get back to our defensive mindset. And this time of year, Jared, like you were saying, it's win or go home. And for us, luckily, we know we have more basketball ahead of us. But if we're here, we might as well try and stay the weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, the goal going into it was
Fuck it, y'all are there. Might as well win it.
Yeah, if we're here.
Exactly. Hey, we won one game where we didn't win a game here last year. And Coach, even though it's only her second year, has never won an SEC tournament game. No one on the staff besides Bob has won an SEC tournament game. So the mindset right now is let's go 1-0 tonight. 1-0, take care of business, reset, and figure out tomorrow.
And that's what I wanted to ask is, obviously, whether you're playing for the 1 seed or not, it doesn't necessarily determine your mindset going into it, but how much are you all focused on, you talk about going into the arena, obviously it feels like you're enemy number one because you're going into South Carolina again, and obviously there's the look between South Carolina, LSU, between the jostling for who could possibly win like the national championship. How much does that motivate the team? Or do you just look at it as another game, another day, like whatever? Or is it like, all right, let's strap them up a little bit tighter this time?
I think you definitely hit the nail on the head right there with it. We're in South Carolina. We know it's their home state. We know what happened the last time we played them. But I can name 12 girls in the locker room that are real hungry for another crack at it. We know we didn't play our best game. We know they played the best game they played all season against us. They're a very good team, no doubt about it. They beat Arkansas 20-plus today. But I think there's kind of that sense, and you can feel it in the city, watching SEC Network, listening to Dawn talk, listening to Coach Mulkey talk last night on the TV. They know what's supposed to happen on Sunday and who's supposed to be playing who. But we've got to take care of business. And you don't want to look too far ahead, but we know what's at stake. We know the opportunities that lie ahead of us. But you can't fall asleep tonight and lose because then you don't have a chance to play on Sunday. So we want to put ourselves in a position to win the game tonight, take care of business tomorrow, and then get another crack at South Carolina. It's always fun playing the best and being the underdog. And that's where we're going to be sooner rather than later. But for now, with South Carolina being the 1 seed, they're the team to beat. And we've got a game plan. But like I said, it starts with tonight. It starts with the energy tonight. We're actually having a send-off from the hotel here in about 30 minutes. There's a ton of LSU fans. The band's here.
Coach, the send-off from Baton Rouge was great. You asked for it. You got it.
Yeah, it was awesome. Good send-off on Wednesday. A lot of those fans are flying in for the games this weekend. A lot of fans were already here to greet us on Wednesday. It's kind of been the talk of the tournament is whose fan base has really shown out. And South Carolina is an hour away, or their university is. So other than that, which is expected, LSU second most fans here, and I think you'll see that and hear that on the TV tonight. But as far as I'm concerned, let's turn it into Baton Rouge, northeast, wherever we are. I don't even know where Greenville is on a map, but
it's East Coast.
5 points somewhere.
Yeah,
It's in South
somewhere
Carolina.
up there. Yeah, somewhere up by the Carolinas. So yeah, we're excited about tonight. I know you have so much downtime when we got here Wednesday, all day Wednesday, sit here all day Thursday, and then you're the second to last game of the night on Friday. So I think all of us are anxious, and we're ready to take care of business tonight.
Coach, would it be too much to ask for a fit check for what you're going to wear tonight? Could you give us the closet?
It's supposed to be a surprise or no?
Look at him. He's like,
Come on, break it out. Break it out for the show.
Oh, boy.
All right, for the show.
Yes, here we go.
Make sure you got pants on, though.
Yeah,
Make sure you got pants on,
That's
though.
why I was worried, because I definitely would be just cooling.
Not in a row.
I mean, I don't think you
All
have
right, we're going a little bit bright tonight.
No, not you.
No, I have pants on, actually.
Good.
All right, so we're going kind of a neon sweater.
Black chain?
Neon yellow sweater. We're going to go with some black slacks.
Nice.
Working.
Nice.
And then we've got some all white, nothing new lace-up sneakers that we're rocking tonight.
Here's my question.
So,
Do you dress yourself, or does somebody help you, like, pick the stuff out?
For the most part, dressed myself. When Kramer was still living with me, he kind of come in the closet, like come peek and see what I had option-wise: suits, jackets, sweaters, or if he was ever at like the mall or something or saw something online, he'd send it to me and be like, "Oh, that's fire."
Where do you get your suits?
Every now and then, what?
Where do you get all your suits?
It just depends. Haspel is taking care of me a little bit. Shout out to Luke Lipsy. And then Macy's, Bonobos, Studio Suits.
What was the first one you said?
Haspel.
I need to go check that place out. I need to check that
Yes,
spot out. I'm always down for. I'm in the market for some new suits.
Yep. It's really kind of. Oh, there's another company called ASOS, and that's one that Coach G and Daphne put me on.
Yeah, there you go.
So you can't really force it though. It kind of just has to come to you.
I get
something you like.
You know.
I get that. I respect it.
You know.
Well, dude, I don't want to make you late for the send-off. Obviously, the send-off is happening soon. I'm sure you got to get ready. You got to get your nice fit on. We're going to be watching. We're going to be paying attention. Good luck. And hopefully y'all get to the finals. Y'all win it. And we get to have a conversation with you when you come back, being the SC Tournament champs.
In studio.
Let's do it.
Take that
Tune in
off the
SEC
wall.
Network, 6 o'clock Eastern. Word on the street is there going to be some celebrities in the building tonight. Just remember you heard it from me first.
Wow, okay.
Charles Barkley.
I mean, do we get a No, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
No.
I don't know.
Don't
Spoil
spoil it.
Don't
All right.
spoil it, baby.
Good luck. Thanks for coming on the show. We'll see you tonight. Peace.
Yep.
He should get his ears pierced.
Hey, listen, I'll tell you this. LSU basketball's had a ton of celebrities being at their games this year. I'd imagine that the celebrities are there to see LSU, not Georgia, right? Like, makes sense.
Shaq.
I mean, you have some personalities on the team. You have Angel Reese, obviously, who's been
Dynamite.
One, and two, like
Nothing short of great.
being very well known. And you got Flau'jae, as she's an actual signed studio rapper. Like, she's got a deal, huh?
To Jay-Z's label.
To Jay-Z's label. So, like,
Rock Nation.
I would imagine that she's got some connections with some celebrities.
Your contact list might be popping.
She's probably got some pretty good people in her
Who's the
phone.
most famous person in your phone?
Probably Jay-Z. if I had to guess.
Oh, what a
Is Jay-Z
pull.
going to be at the game?
Maybe.
That'd be sick. I don't think so, but that'd be sick.
I don't think Jay-Z's ever been to South Carolina.
I doubt that.
I think he has.
Well, when he was moving weight, probably.
I doubt. Jesus Christ.
Well, he's got 99 problems.
But
hey, like Lloyd, I think Lloyd lives on the line and it just is literally. When can I jump across?
You know what you used to do with the line in the back of the box? That's what he does.
That's what every day.
That's what he
Where
does.
is it? Like, let me find it first.
There's no line there.
Let me get it
got
out of there, and I'm just gonna say whatever.
I got
Whatever
it.
comes out, I don't give a shit.
My birthday. I guess.
Yeah.
Even though it's not
It's your
your day.
birthday.
It's March 3rd now.
We try to give him cupcakes. Nah, but look, let me say what I want. I want all of that.
Free Speech Alley.
You're unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
It's my new birthday, March 3rd.
March 5th. We had to celebrate because it's the weekend.
Right, but then last show you were like, it's March 3rd.
Well, I meant before the show I said it was March 5th, and then
you nailed it.
But I said that we're going to celebrate on March 3rd because I knew this was happening.
I did.
I know, obviously, that's the whole point of it, is you not knowing.
18 what?
Holes at LSU.
I would love to play 18 holes.
Not the LSU golf course,
I
though.
don't think there's 18 there anymore.
Is there?
Yeah.
Here's where he just played.
It's brutal out there. It used to be awesome.
I wouldn't say awesome.
It's taking a tumble. Let's just say.
I wouldn't say awesome, but it used to be better.
It's
than
seen
it
better
is now.
days.
It was formidable.
It's seen better.
Play and have fun.
You go out there on the range, you can play, and you do whatever. But now it's
a
cow
different.
pasture.
Yeah, it's a little different.
St.
In a
Patrick's-
parking lot.
Yeah, St. Patrick's Day, we hopped the fence and played the par 3 and
Did
hopped
you?
back over from Fred's. Yeah.
Why?
That's on St. Patty's Day?
Well, we rode in the parade.
I wasn't on the course.
So you just played
You sure?
last year? Last year I did
No,
that?
no. This is
Oh.
when I rode in the parade.
Oh.
So we were obviously, it's a marathon, not a sprint, but you sprint marathon some days, Jared. And we
I don't know. I was nightfall. I was still there. I don't know what you talking about.
I'm alive.
What you talking about? What you mean? I was in there.
Can't come to the show on Monday.
I don't know. I was there.
I need some time.
Just not the next Monday.
What
I
happened?
need some time.
I was there, just not the next Monday.
Will Smith got a hold of you.
You want to get into this college football conversation or no? A little bit?
Sure.
Maybe. So, NCAA is proposing rule changes to college football, right? And I want to ask you this too, Jay, because you weren't in here when we were having this conversation. You've played with the current rules they have now. People talk about, why don't the NFL and college have the same rules? One, because NFL are professional athletes.
There you go.
College are still amateur.
There you go.
I'm putting it in quotations because they do get paid, but they're amateur athletes. Not everybody in college football is going to be in the NFL, so the rules have to be a little bit more lenient for these people, these players, because if not, it makes the game too difficult, right? I think the 2 feet in bounds thing needs to stay the way it is in the NFL, and 1 foot in bounds needs to stay in college. I think that helps.
Love it.
College, right?
It's a rite of passage. I love it.
Right. Now, some of the other rules that they're trying to implement this year, right, are clock stoppages. They're getting rid of them. Trying to. If you go out of bounds, the clock doesn't stop unless it's inside of 2 minutes in the second and fourth quarters, right? Just like the NFL. They said they don't want to stop the clock on incomplete passes, right? Which I'm not a fan of. And what were the other 2 big ones? Do y'all remember off the top of your head? Prohibiting consecutive timeouts. Duh. Yeah. That should happen, right? And then they're no longer extending the first and third quarter for an untimed down. Like if you got a penalty at the end of the quarter's over.
Yeah.
Right? So first and third doesn't really technically matter.
Yeah.
So they just move on. I don't really have many issues with these other than the fact that I don't think that you should stop the clock when it's an incomplete pass. I mean, I don't think the clock should run with an incomplete pass.
So the 2 that I would love to see entered into college football is the one you just talked about with the clocks. What was the first one you just said?
Clock stoppage. The clock does not stop when you get out of bounds outside of the second or fourth quarter.
I would love to see that one enter college football.
That's good. I think I'm good with
that. And
I
would also love to see them stopping the clock after every single first down. If it's inbounds, keep it rolling.
Once the ball's set, no, I guess that's how it is now. Once the ball's set, they go.
I think that's 2 things that doesn't take quote unquote skill that you could bring to college football.
Yep.
That would allow the game to kind of move along quicker because, so to me,
and even if they say, 2 minutes, 5 minutes.
No.
Inside of 5 minutes, the clock stops.
The reason why I say it too, and I'm not a scout, so I guess that's not really why I'm saying it, but I don't really love seeing every game where dudes are throwing for 470.
Right.
I love offense. Offense is cool, but I'm not trying to be here watching Baylor play
7-on-7.
Nobody and the guy's throwing for 470 and everybody thinks he's the best quarterback in the world and he can't really sniff anything. I'm not a big fan of that. So I would rather see if you can get those 2 things in, which to me, like I said, I don't think it takes any more skill to be able to do it. A little more awareness, not as much skill.
More practice.
We enter that into college football. It might make it easier to be able to judge what you're actually seeing on the field. You get what I'm saying? And I think those 2 things I would love to see those come to the college game. Obviously, the second one that I said is not even being talked about right now, but I would love to see it though.
Yeah, I mean, I think the incomplete passes when the clock does not stop. I think that should not happen.
Yeah.
Incomplete pass, the clock is stopped. That's in the NFL too.
Yeah.
So
that's football.
That's incomplete. There is no play happening. Basically, the play is over when the ball is incomplete. The clock stops.
Is that one? That one's not going to get passed.
No.
There's no way.
There's 3 that they said that probably the first 3 were going to get passed. I don't think that was. I think that one was further down the list.
Yeah.
I think the consecutive timeouts thing should get passed.
That one too.
Right?
I like that too.
The extending the first and third down on untimed quarter. I mean, the
that's
quarter
fine.
on untimed.
That's
That's
fine.
fine.
Out of bounds thing. Yeah.
And then
so they're trying to do
the clock will
NFL?
continue to run on offensive gains of first down, except inside of 2 minutes and a half. In more controversial fourth proposal,
that one's not going to get passed.
The fourth, what?
I would like to see it keep it the way it is for college football. You get a first down.
No. I'm with.
That's what I was. I hate that. I honestly hate it.
Well, I like the viewing experience because you feel like you can drive down. All you got to do is get a first down. It takes the time out.
Well, you can still drive down. Every NFL game ends up being this close because of that.
Then you could get into the same debate about the 1 foot, 2 foot. That's a skill.
That's skill. That's skill. That's a legit skill. A physical skill.
But so is clock management, not a physical. It's a mental skill.
Right,
yeah, that's
part of it.
But these college coaches, the only thing I would push back on, they're so ingrained into first down, clock stops, and then that's how you start the
that's
drill. That's what makes college football exciting.
Yeah, but that's not. But the coach, they're going to be able to make the exciting.
It does in the last 50 seconds. You're like, oh, you got a chance.
Everybody's still got a chance.
I know, but do you? Okay, you can go back to LSU, Alabama. You're trying to.
Okay, how about this? Every first down, the clock stops, but the clock does not stop if you go out of bounds until it's inside of 2 minutes. Would you be okay with that one? NFL, the clock does not stop when you go out of bounds unless it's inside of 2 minutes.
I like to see it look, you get a first down, get your ass to the line. We got to start using some spikes. We got to start killing some clock. We got to start playing the game. To me, like that's not a skill to me. Like it's a mental game where you got to actually start applying that too.
I know, but that's what
I don't like
college,
it to just be it's just stopped and here you go. You get 4
That's
downs.
what makes
again.
college football exciting to me. Is that,
But there's still going to be
So
exciting
you
you don't have to burn it
stuff.
down. You don't have to spike it. You don't have to. Use
So
the
does that make
timeout.
it less exciting for you when you watch NFL
Yeah.
football? Why?
Yeah, it does.
Why?
Well, no, it would have gave a team like Michigan
Given.
a Michigan a chance to stop TCU again if they didn't get this clock stopped.
I like that. The competitive part of it is like it's a different wrinkle than the NFL. I don't want to watch the NFL twice. I like what
Yeah,
college
but just
football
because
is.
you do that one rule is not going to make you the NFL.
Yeah.
But it's very similar to. I'm telling you, it changes the fabric of what the college football game looks like. Like that, you know how many times you're in there's 50 seconds left in the second quarter, you're going into half, like just get one first down. Now we're going for it. But then if you change the rule to where clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, but no, it would stop there. I'm talking with the rule that I proposed to you that would stop inside of 2 minutes.
Okay, then I'm following.
Inside of 2 minutes, the clock stops. But
I don't like it all around.
Throughout
And
the
that's
course
just
of
me
the
being
game, so I think that. No, I guess my rule proposal to you was if they went out of bounds, the clock keeps running until it's inside of 2 minutes. Then I said, if that happens, and you say, okay, I'll give you the first downs, but I don't know. I mean, it's just. I get what Jared's saying. I get what you're saying.
Too, but
I don't think that it's. I don't think it's it's the fabric of college football. I don't think that one rule is the fabric of college football.
I don't think if you watch that, oh man, it no longer runs. Man, that means, God, I guess my team doesn't really have a chance now. It's 50 seconds. I don't feel that way at all. You can't tell me you feel that way. If you had a really good offense and you got 50 seconds to go down the field, you're telling yourself, man, they got to get out of bounds or we don't have a chance. I don't think we're good enough to. I don't think we're good enough to get back on the ball and spike it and then run it and do it again.
And this is me. I don't have any sign. I don't have proof. I haven't looked at the film. I forgot exactly how it played out. But the last drive against Florida State, I don't even think that would have mattered. They went out of bounds. They were getting out of bounds. They were making plays. I don't think the clock stopping on first downs had as much to do with them getting down there as they managed it perfectly and they got out of bounds and they did all these types of things.
And I guess some of it is me being spurned by like old Les Miles clock management where like, Jesus Christ, get a first down and then we can reset. Now that we have Brian Kelly, it feels a little bit different when you're running basically a professional team. It could actually benefit LSU in a way.
Yeah.
But I'm still so spurned by clock management issues. Like anytime you could get a break, it felt great.
I'm about to say, don't get me wrong. Look, and I do believe this. When you get to that last minute of the game, does it make it more exciting for that part? Yeah, it does. It does.
As a gambler.
I'm tired of watching the first half last 2.5 hours. Not really 2.5 hours, but 2 hours because all it is offense up and down the field and it's first down, and we're still here 2 hours later. And now all of a sudden at the end of the game, one offense has ran 97 plays
Chip
because
Kelly
they got
put
a
up
first
70.
I'm tired of seeing that, dude. Like, hey, first down, clock's got to keep going.
Do you think that this has anything to do with the XFL and that college football wants to start they don't want the competitive breeding ground? Like they want to be the ones like, all right, if we can like massage the rules to be more like the NFL, then people won't be interested in going to the XFL because at some point the XFL is going to start signing high school kids, right? Like they're going to be a place where
if it's around, I think there's a chance.
I would
It's
imagine
not high school kids?
Like I'm saying, instead of going to college, they would go to the XFL.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I think they were interested in it. I don't know how else you stand out from the NFL.
Yeah, but I think that physically, the whole point of going from high school to college is allow you to develop physically, right? Like I don't think that, especially The Rock, I don't think that he's gonna want to go.
I think
sign these high school kids.
I don't
He's a businessman.
As a whole, like I don't think you see a huge number of it, but I do think that you can literally cherry pick off the top like some very like each class.
But here's
and look, and I'm not saying he has to
Jared
stay there
Mitchell.
1 year and he's gone. Shut up.
Yeah, but if he's going to the XFL, then his college career is done.
Okay, but then
Yeah.
he's getting paid for 3 more years too there.
with no class or
With no class.
No, I get it.
and growing there.
I get the enticement.
So I do think that
but
like it's possible.
I'm not saying it's not. I don't
Somebody's
think that's gonna happen.
They're gonna try to make a minor league football at some point, whether it be college
Minor
football.
league football is college.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think that's why I'm seeing the adjustment of the rules to be more towards the NFL game, so they can groom them to
Because
be more
here's
NFL
the
ready.
thing too. Here's the thought process of it too. Like
Because
you could sell it in 5 years if you're not in the SEC or the Big Ten. Why are you in college football? You could sell that in 5 years from now.
Possibly, yeah.
That could be a real
With
thought
conference
process.
realignment? Absolutely.
There's still a bunch. I mean, right now there's still a bunch of guys that are in the NFL.
That's why I said in 5 years.
Right.
But
But
that could be a thought process.
Here's the deal, though. If you're the XFL, are you going to go and sign a guy that had 3 years of college, or are you going to go sign a high school senior?
A high school senior.
No, you're not.
I would want the guy that.
But my point is
Think
if he
about
goes,
Instagram and marketing.
no, I'm with you. Look, I'm with you. But I'm just
No,
saying.
you're not.
I'm 100% with you. But I'm just saying, you could still be using the XFL as a development league.
See, I
No, I'm with
Like
that.
we can go and get this guy who can be a rush in, and he's here in this league somehow for 2 years, 3 years before he signs and goes to.
I can
to the
see
draft.
that. I just think that like them wanting to get these players, like they want to have a product on the field right now because it's so early that is good viewing, right? They want you to watch it.
Okay,
they're not going to watch a high school.
I'll just put it like this too, because I also think about this. So when I've talked to friends of mine who have played in the NFL, my first question always used to be like, "What's the difference?" And they said, "In the box." It's literally it. The speed and the size that you get in the box across the league is unmatched in college football.
In NFL football.
In NFL football. The guys that you see on the outside, for the most part, is same thing, right? So I guess my point to it is if Deion could cherry pick off the top recruit in the country to go to a HBCU, what's to say that next top guy doesn't go to that?
No, I'm with. I get the enticement. I get that the possibility of doing that. What I don't think is going to happen is they're going to the HBCU because they're playing, and he's playing against other players of his age and development and those types of things, right? Yeah, but if you're a senior or you're a freshman
Coach.
at 18, you may be playing against a 23-year-old. I get that.
Coach, let's be honest. How many of these?
There's only a few that could maybe make that jump.
But that's my point.
But I just don't think
it's going to be widespread.
I just don't think that they would do it because they're not going to get as much. They're not going to get as much publicity playing the XFL as they are going to be playing at a big time college.
I agree with that too. But they might actually make some money, and people see him playing well.
With NIL, you can do it now.
Same thing as the NBA G League team.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
School. There's only a few of them. It's not widespread, and they don't get a bunch of publicity.
Yeah, but the basketball and football that's too hard to compare. Like that's you can't compare.
Yeah, no, I agree. But that's why I said certain. Like I think it'd be hard to see a premier rush in defender straight out of high school in the XFL. He's not physically ready for that yet. But Travis Hunter ain't gonna change much physically for the most part.
Yeah.
Through 3 years in college.
Right. And I mean, I can see. I just don't know if that's ever going to happen. Maybe I'm wrong. But
my bigger point was I think that at some point somebody is going to partner with the NFL, and I think that's what the XFL is angling for. If it's college football, who is with the NCAA still lingering.
Here's my thing. Why? Why would the NFL say, I want you to partner with me?
Why would they? Because they don't want the competitive league. They don't want somebody taking your product away from you.
Everybody has tried to compete with the NFL multiple times for a long time.
Right.
Everybody's failed
because they had the NFL to go up against. That's my point. So if you could form a partnership where you do a development.
But my point is, what's the benefit? But what's the benefit of the NFL for doing that? There's no benefit.
The same thing that was the benefit the first time around when the XFL came, and
that's for rules and stuff.
No, it wasn't just rules, bro. Go watch it.
Rod
they
Smart.
took the Sky Cam from them. They took all.
That's what I mean.
So my point is they come around the second time and they start realizing, like, damn, they doing more stuff too that people like, and people are watching this.
We'll take it.
Not we'll take it, but how about we partner with them now and make them seem like a younger brother?
I get that part of it. I don't think, but the benefit of the NFL partnering with somebody that's a lesser league, that's a smaller league for development purposes, like I don't think that is something in their minds like that's going to benefit us all that much.
Yeah, I don't think they. If they do it, I wouldn't like if that became a thing and I'm working for the NFL, I wouldn't look at it at the angle of we're partnering with you for developmental reasons. Okay, sure, go grab those guys. They can develop there. If we feel they're ready, we'll pick them. But we're partnering with you because we don't want you to keep growing, not to a hood to where we can't control it. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So now, all right, let's partner with you to make it always have the perception that you are the little brother. And while you're still the little brother, you can grow little brothers under. If we want
to, you're saying they can control it. If they partner, they can control what they
that's
do.
That's what I think. Partner
and maybe I still don't think that the NFL is going to want to do that. But maybe
that's what they've been treating college football as.
That's my
point.
That's my point. That's why.
But it's always been known that college football
free.
is free and amateur. Right, and it still is right now, even though these guys are making money. But now, if they can go somewhere else, make money, kind of a free market on it, and they don't have to go to the draft. And now teams can start bidding on these players.
I know. I get
then
what
it
y'all
becomes
are saying.
then it becomes a mess.
I just don't. I think that you're going to have a lot of people do that to want to do that. And I don't think a lot of people are going to want to do that.
And I'll be honest with you, I don't think it's a lot. I think it's one. I think it takes one dude to come over there and break the system of it, and that's when they're like,
maybe. I mean, maybe. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I don't think that that's going to happen. I mean, personally, I wouldn't want to do it, but that's me.
It reminds me, and this is going way off on a tangent, but it reminds me of, you flip it back to baseball in a sense of, think about your last year, dude. Like, it's hard to get back in when they're like, hey, let's call this guy up who's got no options left. If he comes up here and tears this thing up right now, market broken, because he's a free agent after this, and he can go anywhere he wants at whatever price he wants if he comes out here and straight ball. So It's very hard for guys like that to get back into a situation where they're thrust into like, hey, go play, go do your thing. It's like, come up for here in just a little bit. We'll kind of mess around.
I get that.
So I think it ends up, like, my point is if a guy gets to that league and does that, who is unseen on the NFL level,
tough. I mean, maybe.
It's tough to control that.
Maybe,
you know what I mean?
Maybe. I mean,
So if we can make this league our little brother in some kind of way to where it's not a free market for these dudes, if they come here and do it, then there you go. So I think that's where the intrigue of it is.
Yeah, I mean, look, y'all aren't wrong. I just don't. I mean, personally,
I don't think it happens in a year, but that's why I said, like, years from now, like, I think that becomes the scare of it for an NFL type of situation. Not so much that the XFL.
I thought they were going to do it with the CFL.
Well, my point is not so much that the XFL overtakes the CFL in the sense of, man, if these guys come and do all of what they're doing there, and they're doing it with guys that are notable names from the NFL, man.
I think that's the bigger thing.
Because the CFL's not that. You get what I'm saying? Like,
that's the bigger thing. These guys that are the 54th man or 55th man, because I know Rock just say, oh, it's the 54th man. The 54th men on the roster that aren't in the NFL or that are hard to make, those going to play in that league, I think that makes the bigger difference than the guys coming out of high school.
100%. The league is going to be made off of the A.J. McCarrons.
Yes.
But if a Travis Hunter comes and tears up the league, then it's like, oh, shit.
For sure. I get that possibility, right. But I think that...
And I also think that the league being filled with A.J. McCarrons, if they do get a contract back in the NFL, it doesn't matter what they do there. You're already the perception of, well, you were here.
I think the partnership comes in when they say, okay, these guys who are not going to... They don't want to play just on the practice squad. They want to go play there, or they didn't make a practice squad and they want to go play there, because I still think guys are going to be on a practice squad in the NFL because you're still one injury away from being up in the NFL anywhere you want to be, right? So I think that those guys that don't make a practice squad but like maybe just missed it and they have to keep going and do this thing, those guys go to the XFL, create that league. That's where the partnership comes in. Hey, now this is like an extra practice squad. You can go sign these guys off of it. I think that's the thing more so than these high school kids going there.
You're thinking from the player perspective. I'm thinking from the entertainment perspective.
I'm thinking about okay, so but from the NFL wanting to go and take guys from there, that's what they're going to do.
But okay, so I'm glad you said it that way, because now think about it. If that's how we did it, what would it? So like we're talking. I guess I just threw the name out because he is one of the bigger names there. A.J. McCarron right now. What would A.J. McCarron have to do to warrant him to get over what a 8-year career backup should get? What would he have to do in the XFL to get that kind of money?
I mean, but A.J. McCarron's a hard one because he was the backup. The only reason he went there, he's not going there to make his way into the NFL. He's going in there because he's already made his money. He said, I just want to play.
I know, but that's my point. Even if you're a guy on the practice squad that didn't make the team and you say, now I want to go play, if 5 teams have seen you as the practice squad guy and you haven't gotten signed, so now you go over here and play and you tear it up, what would make them say you deserve a huge contract?
I mean, I'm not saying a huge contract, but I think an opportunity.
My point is more than market of the value. Like,
even if they got made a practice squad. I mean, that's an upgrade from where they're at.
I agree. My point of it is if the NFL can control the market, I think that's all they care about. So now, if we got guys in here who are going to create a real different market for themselves, that's where it becomes a problem for NFL. Not if A.J. McCarron goes and tears it up.
I don't think these guys that are playing in that league are going to create a market that they're going to get paid a ton of money from. Like, they're not going to pay that guy a $55 million contract.
But that's my no. I'm not saying 50. It don't have to be 55. My point is if Travis Hunter never goes to college and he goes and plays in 2 years in the
so now we're going back to that high school to college thing
because this guy's
marketability.
It's
I
guys.
understand
No, it's
what
not
y'all
even.
are
It's
saying.
not.
But you marketed more in college than you are in the XFL right now.
No, y'all are missing it, dude. I'm not even talking about marketability. I'm literally talking about if we don't know what Travis Hunter can do in college football, and then Travis Hunter goes to the XFL and balls out for 2 years, undeniable. You don't think he would warrant more than the 53rd man would be making on the contract
It depends on who he's playing against. I would argue that it ends
if the XFL is it. My point, yeah, you're right, but there's also 32 teams that are thinking of this.
What happens if he goes there? What happens if he goes to the XFL and absolutely sucks? And he says, "I wasn't physically ready. I'm getting beat up by these guys who are professionals." And he ruined his entire career.
No, it does not. But it does.
I know.
The NFL doesn't care.
But I'm not talking about that. That's why I think that the high school thing is not going to happen because there's too much of a risk. You ruin your career by going there and me not being able to develop too early because now you can't go back.
The majority of kids would look at it that way. I still think there's a very
good
amount.
But
there's a very good amount of kids that says, "Yeah, I can play there. I don't care."
No doubt, and they can, and hopefully they have somebody in their ear saying, "Look, if you think that you can play there, great. But this is what's going to happen if you don't play well. You get failed." It's an interesting concept. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but I think that the market that we're talking about, I don't think that it's going to affect the NFL market as far as free agency goes because of the talent and the way that they're going, and the way they scout it. I think that these guys that are, it's like it would be kind of like an upgrade of independent ball in baseball. Mm-hmm. I believe right now. I think that's where, hey, these guys who are good and maybe got hurt or something happened and they just trying to get back and make it. I think that's how you start it. And these other guys that don't make a practice squad go there, and then you create a league that is okay. This is literally the step underneath the NFL. This is like Japan League.
That's literally what independent ball is for the most part, especially at a higher level.
Right. That's what I think. That's why I think that XFL goes.
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to be a partner. That's why I don't know if the XFL wants to partner.
No.
with
Okay.
them.
I'm glad. No, wait. Time out. I'm glad you're saying that because now I need you to think
Next
about.
up on Undisputed.
No. Wait. I'm glad you're saying that.
We're
No.
talking about the same thing.
I'm glad you're saying that because you basically just made my point. So what if Kumar Rocker goes to the Atlantic League and dominates? You don't think his money value flies up?
Right.
What if
he's
different? He's okay. What if Tim Tebow goes to the Atlantic League and dominates?
He gets an opportunity to play in
No,
minor
he
league
didn't. He
baseball.
already got the opportunity. He would have made more money.
No, he would not.
Yes,
have.
he would have. Yes, he would have.
How many guys do you see go from the Atlantic League straight to the big leagues outside of the mound?
I'm not saying he was going to go straight to the big leagues.
Yeah, but they're not going to give him a ton of money in baseball to go play in the minor leagues. They're going to sign him out of there and say, "Hey, we're going to give you an opportunity in affiliated ball. Show me what you can do against the better competition day in and day out."
There is no minor leagues in the NFL. That's my point. So it creates a higher market if you get signed.
But I just said the XFL would be the minor leagues.
The XFL would be the minor leagues if they said let's
It'd
join.
be the independent.
They would say let's join.
But that's why I don't think the NFL is going to. The XFL wants to partner.
Hey,
they want
Major League Baseball is partnered with the minor league with the
independent ball
with the Atlantic League
with the rules and stuff.
Rules change it, and because they control all of that.
I've agreed with that. I said that the rules are going to be a thing.
But because they can control all of that,
they can control the rules, but they don't. There's no money coming from the Major League Baseball and saying, "Hey, we're going to pay this player to play independent ball." They're not doing that. That's what I'm talking about. There's no contract.
I was never saying that.
But that's what a partnership would be. If the NFL owns it, the NFL controls the money going in and coming out.
It's not.
Yes, that it is.
It's not. It's literally not done that way.
If that would be the minor leagues,
I'm not saying it would be. They would still have a practice squad.
But that's what you just said. The XFL would be like the minor leagues of baseball.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that.
Did you say that?
No, dude. I'm saying that these guys would come to the XFL if they didn't play in college ball and create a higher market for themselves.
I mean, they could.
That's not minor leagues. It's creating a free market for themselves.
I just don't think that the market would be as big as you think.
Okay, all right. So let me ask. Okay, so let me ask you this.
Okay,
all right. Let me just flip it because I kind of think you're missing what I'm saying.
I'm not missing what you're saying.
If you are Travis Hunter and you came out of high school right now and you said, you know what, screw that, I ain't going to college ball. I think I'm better than that, right?
Okay.
Because everybody that's in college ball don't make it to the XFL,
go
right?
for it.
And then you go to the XFL and for 2 years. Dominate.
The number one recruit in the country goes and dominate. Of course, he's going to go and get an opportunity in the NFL and get paid money for sure.
Pay what money?
In the NFL.
What? Okay, what money is he getting paid?
The same amount of money that he probably would have got paid if he was a first-round pick getting out of college.
But he's not a first-round pick out of college. That's my point. So my point is that league is filled with A.J. McCarrons.
Wait, I think
A.J. McCarrons is not going to...
It's not filled. It's filled with one A.J. McCarron.
No, it's not, dude. There's a lot of
And
quarterbacks.
Danucci,
There's a lot of guys that got...
Wait,
no. Time out. There's a lot of guys that have NFL experience that are here.
I understand that.
So my point is if a guy that never played college ball, that is now dominating guys that have NFL experience, you can't ask me to take the same contract that A.J. McCarron's making. I dominated him. Yeah. I'm way better than him. And you don't have anything else to say I'm not. So how would I'm not taking the same contract that he's taking. That's what I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying.
So that's a situation I'm telling you the NFL wants nothing to do with.
Okay,
at all.
Maybe you're right.
They want nothing to do with that.
Maybe you're right.
You get what I'm saying? Because
that's a perfect world for that guy.
There is basically a cap on the XFL right now that says you've been here. We know what you can do. So here's what you get.
Go for it.
I also think that the NFL would have to partner with them because if not, then he's a free agent. He's not a draft pick.
Exactly.
Those
and there's a free market. He's not. That's my point.
Stop. Let me say my side of it. I understand that. I understand the free market. I understand what you're saying. I understand all that. But what I'm saying is this guy is going to a league. Yeah, he's super talented. He's having success against guys who do have NFL talent, right? Yes, all these guys that are playing on the defensive side, on the defensive line, all these types of things, yeah, they had an opportunity to play in the NFL. There's not a lot of, outside of the quarterback position, right? There's some guys that have played, had a cup of tea in the NFL and are playing in the XFL, right? Yeah, sure, you're playing against these guys that are there. In the perfect world, if you play well and you dominate for 2 to 3 years against these guys who are bigger, you're going to get an opportunity to make some money. But when you go into that market, right, and they can say, hey, this is what we're going to compare. There's no way to compare to the NFL competition as far as who's in the NFL. Their argument, and the only reason I'm saying this is because I've seen it in arbitration in baseball, and I'm going to see it in free agency. You're going to see it in free agency football. They're going to figure out every single way of why they don't want to pay you, right? At the end of the day, it's up to the owners who say, they create the market in the NFL, whether they're partnered or not partnered. So if this guy goes out there and says, oh, you played really well in the XFL and you did really well and we're going to move you and we're going to go to the NFL, you're a free agent now? All right, fine. Where's your comparisons? You can't compare yourself to the top tier players in the NFL because you've been in the XFL. Maybe you can compare yourself to the first rounders who you don't know yet. So maybe you get more than the first round draft pick, but you're not going to get paired to the NFL.
That's a lot.
But let me finish. Those are going to be few and far between.
They don't want that. They don't want one of those.
Okay, you have one of them. That's fine.
No, they don't want one of them at all.
It's not gonna. I just think that and maybe they are part. Maybe they do partner, and maybe they do. Maybe it is the minor league part.
So let's just say think about it because I'm just looking at names. We bring up Travis Hunter, right? Let's just say this league was created 6 years ago when Martavis Bryant got kicked out of because he's in the XFL. When Martavis Bryant got kicked out of the league for smoking weed, and then Martavis Bryant shows up and puts up dumb numbers. Wait, but okay.
Guy that was okay, go ahead, finish.
So then Travis Hunter puts up equal or better numbers than him. You don't think he's going to ask, hey, no, whatever.
I understand the Travis Hunter example. That's one guy out of a million that are going to come out there.
It's going to happen every
right?
My point is,
but that's if the guy goes out and balls. What if this 18-year-old goes out there?
Then the NFL's like, yes,
gets his ass kicked.
Please don't.
My point is that's why I don't think the high school kids are going to jump there because this guy's 18. Dude, he got hurt at Jackson State.
I'm not saying that if you got a top 300 that 200 of them are going to do that. If they can cherry pick off 5,
and they need one guy to do it. I agree. I've agreed with that from the beginning. But the likelihood of that guy going out there, nobody knows. And if it's bad, then it's over. Nobody's going to make that jump again because this guy went to technically the step below the NFL with NFL caliber guys at 18. He wasn't physically ready. He got his ass beat, and now he ruined his entire career.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think it's over. And the only reason why I'm saying that is right now, we're talking about, I'm going to flip this for 1 second just to basketball. If they still allowed you to go to the NBA out of high school, you think everybody would be like, man, but that guy struggled. I don't think I'm going to do it.
No, basketball is different, though. Different than football. 100% different than football and baseball, really. Like basketball, the physical toll it takes you on basketball, yeah, it's a physical game, and they do have to get banged around a bit, but it's different, right? Look at Dyson Daniels right now for the for the Pelicans. He was 18. He went to the G League, played, right? He played in the G League, got drafted out of the G League, right? Which is also the next thing, right? NBA has the G League. You go to the G League out of high school, you still have to enter the draft, right? So he got drafted out of the G League by the Pelicans in the first round. He sits his ass on the bench because he plays good defense, but he's not physically ready. And that's fine. And I'm not saying it's going to be a bust. And I'm not saying that's going to be a bust. And people are going to continue to do it. But that's a different situation than the NFL.
I'm just going to tell you, if that was a possibility, I'm promising you right
Somebody
now,
would do
it would continue to happen.
High school going to the pros?
Yeah, dude.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Okay, so
but that's a different conversation. NFL and the NBA are different conversations.
No, I'm talking about an NFL. If right now, I'm not going to throw a name out because I'm not putting a connotation on anybody. But if I'm the top running back in high school right now who don't have the fucking grades to go to school, to go to a big school.
And that's fine.
Wait, let me finish it. Who don't have the grades to go to a big school. So you telling me I got to go to a JUCO where I can't make money on my name and my family lives in a hood right now and I want to make some money. So what's my opportunities? Can't go to the big school, can't make money at a JUCO.
Understand.
I'm going to XFL.
Understand that.
So my point is there is so many ways that it would keep happening.
I understand. Going there and performing well there are two completely different things.
And you can
But if they do, that's my point. If they go there and perform
That's a big
well,
if.
it is a
That's
big
a big
if.
if.
But the if is what the NFL,
We're
guarantee
talking
you
about
would not want to open that.
We're talking about hypotheticals.
No, we
if it
are. But
happens.
my point is if that were to happen every day,
Of course.
that would be why the NFL say
Of course.
we have to partner
And
with
if-
you because we're not making this an
gonna buy
open
you.
market.
Or
We're
if
not
they-
making this an open
You're
market.
gonna have to force them to go through the draft process.
That's my point, though.
But you can't.
Yes, you can. The NBA does it with the G League.
But-
You can partner
okay,
them and force them to
that
draft.
That's 100%. If you're going to go to the XFL and you want to get to the NFL, you're not a free agent, you go to the draft. That's how you fix it. And that means that's how you fix it.
That's negotiated on it. Ain't just hey, let's do it. The players don't say, hey, let's
Okay, so
the
that's
league
my
will
point,
do it.
though.
Okay.
So if the league wants to control it and the league wants to say, we don't want you to go out there and ball and be a free agent,
So you have
here's
to
the
buy
deal.
them
We're
out.
partners with you. We're going to help fund you. We're going to do these things. We want to see what the thing is. But listen, if you want to come out of here, you have to come. If you have not been in the NFL
It's a feeder
before,
program.
you have to
So
go
we
to the
just
draft.
said, we've been saying the whole time, the only way they would buy it is if they had a way to control how the things come out of it. They're not going to let this thing go on and not be a part of it. And so all of a sudden, high school kids go there, ball
but
out, and
the
there's no
part-
control over it. That's what we've been saying the whole time.
I understand, but the partnership is, I just don't think, my whole thing about getting this argument was I don't think high school kids are going to go there and succeed. I just don't think
I don't
that's gonna
either,
happen.
but there will be
And so
one.
if they go
there
and
will
do
be
it,
one. That's
and
all
if
I'm
they
saying.
go and if they go and do it, that's fine.
And then 3 later, there'll be another one. Like that's
And they'll
all
go
I'm
into the
saying.
draft, and that's fine. They'll go
The
into the
percentage
draft.
of them doing it won't be great, but there will be some. And then when one does and comes and breaks the fucking mold of it, floodgates.
Yeah, but when with one, okay, I mean that's fine. 1 does it, that's fine. 2 does it. 5, 10 do it, that's fine. But it's not going to continue to happen. And these kids, there's going to be few and far between. And when they do, fine. Instead of going to college and wanting to go to school and wanting to do this, you'll get your 3 years in the XFL or 2 years in the XFL because I can guarantee you the NFL is not going to want these kids to come to the NFL at 18 or 19 years old. That's just not going to happen. So if you say, okay, we're going to go to the XFL, you're going to play 3 years, you're going to come in there and you're going to get to the draft.
So what are you saying right now? Like you're giving all the reasons as to why we would have to partner.
No, I wasn't. We weren't that far off of this conversation.
No, I know,
the
but my
entire
point is
time.
because the NFL's not gonna say I don't want you at 19 years old here. Okay, but guess what? That team wants me, so guess what? My price goes here. Guess what? That team wants
It
me.
does- but the-
so look, we'll make a way to hey, you can't play, but we'll put you on a. My point is the price gets driven up if that's a free market spot.
But I said that the partnership is going to happen, and there's going to be. I understand. It's gonna, if like you said, independent ball or like the G League. That's where the partnership is. It's not going to be, hey, you are going to be necessarily owned by the NFL. We are partners. I'm going to help fund you, and you're going to be able to run your league the way you want to run your league. And then whenever you come into the draft, or whenever the guy comes well who wasn't in the NFL, came out of college or high school, you are going to be put into the draft. Right? That's how you do it. That is a partnership. I'm not going to own you, right? The conversation started with the NFL owning the XFL and being able to control everything, which would control the free market. A partnership is saying you control what you do. We are going to be partners with you, and we're going to converse on certain issues. We're going to fund you, help you not to go under, to stay afloat. And then whenever a guy comes in and who's young, maybe a guy comes out of high school and goes there, and we want him in the NFL, he wants to enroll, oh, he's in the draft. Boom, that's it. They're not going to be part of the ownership. It's not going to be an extra practice squad. It's going to be similar to what the independent ball is with Major League Baseball in the sense of we're partnerships. We're going to try some different things. We're not going to own you, right? That is controlling the market is the NFL buying the XFL. I don't think the NFL is ever going to buy the XFL.
Dude, you're missing the point that I'm making in the sense of you are in the sense of yes, they would have to do it, but it's because there is no minor league situation.
I never did disagree with that.
Yeah,
I never
that's what's
disagree.
so funny about this.
I
entire
never
thing is
disagree
y'all
with that
are
one
agreed,
bit.
And
That's what I was saying. I never disagreed with what you're saying about the minor league part. I disagree with what you're saying about the NFL controlling it by owning it. They're not going to own it. They're going to.
I'm the one that
partner
said the
with it.
partnership from the start. I said
Y'all are agreeing and still arguing.
y'all are like a
at the
married
same
couple.
time.
This is
I literally
this is incredible.
said it's the same thing as that. Is that you're partnering it because we
All right,
don't.
we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. I get it. I get what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. We're talking about different types of ownership of the NFL owning it and controlling the market. But we're moving on because there's
And
no
what
reason
if
this.
kids go from the transfer portal from college?
There's no reason that we need to get there.
I play 1 year ball out,
Segments.
going to the XFL.
Segments. Mistake of the day. Me bringing up this pop topic.
Yeah, me, man.
That's great. I love it.
Yeah, I thought it was a good conversation.
Go ahead. Mistake of the day brought to you by Dozy Place.
Brought to you by Doe's Eat Place. If I could rewind this segment, I would. I can't. But here's my mistake of the day. I have no idea what's going on here,
my
but
God.
he just fucking rocks
Oh
this
yeah, it was
cat.
terrible. I saw that yesterday.
Hey, he fucking stood up though.
Hey,
He
took
fought
it.
You know
down.
what's crazy is I'm watching this. I'm like trying to find out what happened. I'm like, man, they must have been getting beaten. He just been talking shit the whole game, bro. There was 4 minutes left in the first half.
Oh, shit.
This ain't even at the end of the game. It was still in the first half. I'm like, what?
That guy stood up too, and look at the other guy.
Oh,
the other
he
guy
ran.
did the whole hit bite.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't want to punch you. He squared up. I'm not gonna punch you.
Oh, he opened him up too. He was bleeding and everything.
Yeah, but the guy took it though. He didn't even fall.
I mean, 22 kind of deserves this.
No, he doesn't.
What are you doing?
Just get the fuck out the way. Push him or something. Don't punch him in the face.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
what are
we
you
can't do
talking
that on
about?
the court.
Oh,
That's
terrible.
illegal.
You got to know it. Hey man, if I do this, I'm probably done for this game. But let me go ahead and punch him right now.
You probably done for the next one too.
God.
This guy's got a sick setup. Two screens. Gambler, no doubt.
What?
Like wherever we're watching
Oof.
this
Did he
from.
like grab the jersey ahead of time?
Yeah, bro, he-
Big Maryland guy.
He got him. Like he
caught him.
squared him up.
When coach told him to stick on one, that's probably not what he thought he was.
That's not good right there.
1-2.
I'm gonna get in his head, yo. Okay, you can get
That's
in his head.
not good.
I'm actually happy to see it. Basketball is a lot of
Stop.
fluff.
Come
To see
on. No, it's
somebody
not.
actually
Can't do that.
swing.
Come on.
No,
It's
it's
good
not.
to see somebody
Stop.
swing. Give me more Charles Oakley.
That's not.
I wanna
more
see you
Shaq.
finish the game,
Go watch
man.
Shaq's documentary. See how many times Shaq punched somebody. Did a lot.
He swung and missed a ton.
He did it, but he fucking
Because
did
if he
a lot.
connects with that white guy, he kills him.
His trainer on his documentary with the Lakers said that Shaq was fucking around with him and hit him and punched him like in the like pelvic area or whatever. He said I couldn't walk for like he goes I thought that he broke my body.
Shaq's poor
Hey,
wife.
Shaq
a lot of
was like,
mass.
I mean that's a big man,
A lot of mass.
big man. But it was a joke. He wasn't even like punching him like in a mad way.
That's what I'm saying. If that man had connected with the guy that cleans your garage from 9 to 5 and plays basketball, Shaq kills him on the court.
No doubt.
And like I said, Shaq's poor wife, pummeled.
Really?
I would imagine.
Really?
It wasn't gentle.
Really?
I mean, all right.
You just had to go.
Let's go to curtain
You
calls.
said it once, and nobody.
Nobody said it. I left it alone on purpose. Really?
He said pelvic area.
I mean, the male
Sharif
trainer of like, not his wife. I literally did not bring up.
He could have said midsection. You still would have went there.
Yeah,
Probably. So would a Shaq.
no doubt.
Oh my God! Curtain call.
Curtain calls
Shaq.
brought to you by our friends at Assured Partners
And
and me. And me.
all right.
My curtain call
Yeah.
is. I feel like what do you do? Are you doing like XFL stats over there? Or you're like locked in.
No.
You still trying to bolster your argument?
I'm looking at this picture. I put it in here. Go. Say, give me your curtain call.
My curtain call brought to you by Mikie Mahtook and Assured Partners.
Over there.
Not. Jam
Oh,
has
really?
been made.
That's not what you're trying to do
it's
right
already
there?
been served. People are eating.
That's not what you're trying to do there.
People are eating.
My curtain call is Parker Edwards. My guy comes in, balls out, gets the start. Obviously, LSU's in a bad place. When LSU basketball, Parker Edwards gets the start, and that's how you have to kind of. I don't know if that got.
That's
people
not
to the
why he
game.
got the start. Is because they're
It's
struggling.
senior
It's
night.
'cause
Yeah,
it's
but if they
senior
needed a
night.
win against Missouri, he's not playing.
No
Like-
doubt, but it's senior night. I mean,
Right,
that's
yeah,
fine.
but if you're in the thick of it in the SEC,
honestly,
he's
he
not
was
gonna,
probably plus in the plus minus.
Yeah, I agree. Which is also
Probably so.
yeah, maybe should have been playing more. But curtain call to Parker Edwards getting in there. The man always seems to take advantage of the moment when he's given it. Like I've been to games where he got in late with Will Wade and he wouldn't shoot because he understood like clock and game management. And it was
Right.
like, Look, this is not my like. I understand the whole crowd's yelling for me to shoot, but if you get the start, coach, I'm letting that thing rip from the jump, and he goes out the gate hot, and it was just cool to see because he, like you said, started at Southeastern, goes off against LSU, gets a scholarship essentially, walks on.
We did get a scholarship.
Yeah, so I'm saying he walks on and then gets a walk-on NIL deal, and like the guy's just living the dream. And then it shows he might need to. I don't want to say play, but he might need to be out there a little bit. I mean, if he's just, I mean, he's a bucket.
Coach,
he looks like a bucket.
There's another part of basketball.
The other end of the court. Yeah,
shooting has nothing to do on that side of it.
We're playing 4-on-5.
Yeah, exactly. There's another part of basketball that is very important.
It's so good.
Yeah,
he can take a charge. Got it all mass.
Problem is you got to get in front of him and take one of those.
Yeah, it's true too.
My curtain call is gonna go to. I don't know who put the other one in there, but I'm just gonna build on it because if you watch the show on Wednesday, that was pretty much my curtain call. My curtain call is gonna go to Nolan Smith. He was the first guy who literally came in as kind of the unknown and is guaranteed made himself a lot of money already in the combine. So
imagine if he went to the XFL.
Curtain call. He's. I'm done with you. You're out of here.
When
you move on, you move on.
After 3 years of college, he probably would have lost money.
Yeah.
So that'd probably be a bad career move for him to go to the XFL after 3 years before going to the combine instead of going to the draft. It's probably not the best move for him. Thank God you're not his agent.
Oh man, I can get you a guaranteed deal.
Yeah, get you
with The Rock.
It's $65K a year.
Curtain call, Jesus. Curtain call.
You get that as an undrafted free agent.
But you want to shake hands with The Rock?
What?
You get to.
I'm sure you can shake hands with The Rock even if he doesn't go to the XFL.
Go
ahead.
Just tweet out.
Mine is to the Georgia teammates. The video kind of went around yesterday of them reacting to the 40, and I thought it was cool.
What a curtain call! What a return!
Lloyd's on one today.
I mean, come on, the ending.
Lloyd is trying to show he wants to stir this thing.
All right, so my curtain call is Major League Baseball. Much to the acceptance of everybody that watches baseball, they banned the shift. Right, shift cannot happen in the way that they were doing it. You can't have an extra infielder on the other side of the field. You need two guys in the dirt or on the same side of the bag at all times in the infield. But baseball and sports, being sports, they will find a way, right? Joey Gallo, playing for the Twins, is about to hit, and they figured out a way to shift. Now, this one's going to have a little bit more ramifications if the guy...
A lot more.
Yeah, does it the other way. But
a lot more.
What they did was... You can pull the picture up, or you're just going to stop producing because you're on one today?
I'm looking at...
You're on one today?
There's nothing in here. I'm looking at the...
There's not. Refresh it.
From the lizard?
Like all the way down at the bottom, under curtain call.
Poor Joey thought his life was back to regular.
I know.
Probably so mad.
It just says twitter.com/home. So that doesn't help me at all.
Why didn't it? I literally just copied and pasted.
I mean, I can share that if you
No,
want.
hold on.
It did pull this up, which I thought was nice.
A minute. Out it goes. Okay. Just stepped on it.
20 time and a 40 time.
So
he's just drifting.
Yeah. And then
almost ran over the camera.
out it goes. Okay. Just stepped on it.
20 time and a 40 time.
So he's just
It's in the doc. Great into the show. I think we're doing good. You want to talk about baseball?
That's what I'm talking about. I'm trying to.
Here we go. I see the link, coach.
I thought I put it and messed it up.
It's not my fault. Brought to you by
We don't have that segment anymore.
Desi Place. Great place to have a steak.
So here's the new age shift. This is what it looks like. They moved the
Oh
left
my
fielder.
God.
They put the left fielder over there in short right field. A lot more. There's bigger
So you
ramifications.
can move
here.
can't move the infield.
It's just
Okay.
you can't have two people you have to have two people on the inside, on the right side of the bag, in the dirt.
Which I think, I'm gonna be honest with you, I think it's still so Bush because that's gonna even play into the idea of you don't have to have a position to be able to play defense. Just bring a glove and tell me you can play them all, and we'll move you around still.
Well, here's the thing that does take away is why don't you just bunt it the other way? Well, now you can't.
Can't
bunt
do
it
that.
anymore.
Can't
Now
fillet a ball to left
You gotta
field.
try to fillet it, and that's
Now there's no longer gonna be real left fielders. There's gonna be guys that you're used to playing second base.
If he does hit one there, he's running and running and running. But here's the deal: if he hits the ball down left field, like if he hits a single to left field, he gets to second base probably no matter what. But if he hits the ball down the line, that should have been a double. I think they're okay just giving him a double.
Yeah.
But even though they're trying to take away the double on the other side, They're taking the chance of him
I
not
think-
going oppo.
And Gallo's the ultimate example of this, right? He's the biggest pull hitter in the game, probably. I'm still waiting for them to move the catcher from behind home plate.
Well, that's impossible.
But, I mean, if there's nobody on,
I mean, that's impossible. They're not going to do that.
I mean, they're finagling the rules already.
They're not, you know why? Because now the umpire's not going to be able to umpire. Because he gets smashed with the baseball.
Just move to the side.
And he can't call strikes, right?
Move
There's no
it behind-
strikes.
put it
You
behind
can't
the
catch
pitcher.
it. You can't catch the ball. That ain't never going to happen. All right, great
give
show
him-
today,
give-
boys.
Give him a mitt.
Great show today. Great show
Let
today.
the umpire call balls and strikes and play catcher.
Yeah, that's a good. That sets him up for
Umpire's doing a
success.
lot.
There.
They're already
All-time
not happy.
catcher.
They're already not happy.
Enjoy LSU baseball tonight. Enjoy the 4-game series. We'll be back live from our studio 6 to 8 p.m. We're gonna live talk
On the
about
Monday
the game.
game,
You know,
LSU
no
minus-
Jay Johnson Mondays on this Monday because of the game.
Think he'll be in the
Obviously,
dugout?
I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen. And we're gonna have two games this week where we're gonna live
stream
it kind of.
Monday, Wednesday.
You know, actually, we can't live stream it. We're going to talk about it on Monday and Wednesday. So appreciate y'all. Enjoy the weekend. Weather is beautiful. Enjoy this weather. Enjoy the summer weather. Cool front's coming in next week for a little bit, but you'll be fine. All right, you're watching Mik'd Up, and
LSU minus 5.5 today. Would you take it?
yes, I'm taking it right now.
It's on. All right.
LSU minus 5.5. Take it. Peace.
Peace.
So you.
XFL. One more.
Turn
Trip
the
around the
mic
sun.
off.